Coast taking cover after Tropical Storm Bertha made landfall near St. Bernard Parish in Louisiana. ABC's Victor Oquindo is in New Orleans.
We are feeling the brunt of it right now. I'm sure you can hear it. The strongest wind and rain by far. We are right along Lake Pontchartrain. It is right across the street over there. Police keeping us on this side for the time being. But as you look at the lakes, that surf, it is being kicked right up and over onto Lakeshore Drive. And as you look at the street itself, there is a little bit of storm surge and some coastal flooding. That is what we have been watching for all day here in this part of Louisiana.
President Trump attended the dignified transfer at Dover Air Base today in Delaware for the 4 U.S. service members killed in the Middle East this week. Hostilities between the U.S. and Iran intensifying for a second week. In California, it's day 2 of a preliminary hearing for David Burke, the singer known as David, accused of murdering a teen last year. He denies the allegations. This is ABC News. Cases of cyclosporiasis are surging again in Michigan and 40 other states. The CDC confirming 11,000 cases nationwide. Here's ABC's Yuri Benedow.
Well, health officials have linked some of these cases to shredded iceberg lettuce served at Taco Bell restaurants in 5 states. They're looking into other potential sources as well. Taylor Farms has issued a voluntary recall of all their iceberg lettuce grown in central Mexico. Those products went to American food distributors, fast food chains, and grocery stores, all now working to ensure those products are pulled from the supply chain.
Texas Governor Greg Abbott ordering state agencies to investigate birth tourism.
So-called birth tourism involves women traveling to the United States in order to give birth to a child who is automatically a U.S. citizen. Governor Greg Abbott says 2 Texas hospitals were advertising birth packages in Mexico. He calls that an abuse of immigration laws, adding that, quote, U.S. citizenship is not for sale.
ABC's Jim Ryan. I'm Michelle Franzen, ABC News.
At 3:02, good news for apartment dwellers looking to cool off in the heat. More on that story coming up. But first, here's Nate at the Real-Time Traffic Desk.
Thank you, Tim. This one brought to us by Lake Washington Windows and Doors. Let's see. Here it is. Linwood to Seattle, plan on 45 minutes. South 5, it is still thick coming out of Northgate into downtown. Southbound 99 is bumper to bumper from the Aurora Bridge to the stadiums. North 5, you're packed at the Michigan Curve to the Ship Canal Bridge. Half hour to get you through this. But once you do, you're good to go until you get into Mount Lake Terrace, where we have scattered backups from there into Linwood. Seattle to Everett, a 45-minute drive. Bellevue to Everett, closer to 55 minutes. We're slow between Bellevue and Totem Lake, and then you're going to jam up approaching the Alderwood interchange. 45 minutes between Bellevue and South Center. No surprises here. You're thick through Bellevue and Factoria. You'll thin out into Renton, and then another backup forming in South Center. Seattle to Federal Way, a 45-minute drive. We're heavy from the Duwamish Curve to 516, and southbound 167 bumper to bumper south of State Route 18. Save big during July. Buy 3 windows or doors and get 1 free from Lake Washington Windows and Doors. Plus, make no payments for 12 months. Visit lakewashingtonwindows.com. KIRO News Radio Real-Time Traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon. It's 3:03. I'm Tim Hall. Here's what's happening. If you are a renter and want to get a portable air conditioner to beat the heat, a new state law is on your side. Under Senate Bill 6200, which took effect back in June, landlords generally cannot stop renters from installing portable cooling devices. Democratic State Senator Vandana Slatter, who sponsored the bill earlier this year, says the law does not require landlords to install AC units.
It simply ensures tenants are allowed to use safe portable cooling devices in their own homes when extreme heat threatens their health.
For window-mounted units, landlords can restrict them if the unit blocks an emergency exit, can't be secured from falling, or would cause significant damage. Once it cools down tonight, the threat of lightning will ramp up, especially in the Cascades.
It's not good. The last thing we need is lighting. The worst is heat, but the second thing is like, okay, we're cooling off. Well, now the trade-off comes. Here comes some thunderstorms. So, it is very dry up there. Some of these thunderstorms may not have a whole lot of rain with them. They may be dry thunderstorms, so that's not good either. So we've got the lighting, we don't have the water to wet things down.
That's meteorologist Scott Sistek with Seattle's Morning News. We could hit 94 in Seattle today. We're almost there at 90, which is just 2 degrees shy of the record set for July 22nd. A fight over school lunch money is reshaping Seattle's $1.3 billion education levy. Earlier today, a city council committee voted to delay Mayor Katie Wilson's Universal School Meals program by a year. redirecting the money to grocery vouchers for low-income students on weekends and school breaks. Council President Joy Hollingsworth says the vouchers will make a big difference for their families.
They can purchase milk, a dozen eggs, a loaf of bread, fresh fruit, a bag of rice. They can survive, be able to try to keep surviving and fill that gap.
Mayor Wilson says she's disappointed in the delay, but says she is proud that the city has committed to universal school meals by 2027. The recently fired U.S. Attorney in the Western District of Washington is now suing President Trump and acting U.S. Attorney General Todd Blanche. But KIRO News Radio's Luke Ducey reports former State Attorney General Rob McKenna says the lawsuit might mean a stalemate.
Roger Rogoff's lawsuit claims his firing was unconstitutional, while President Trump says he has the power to fire any U.S. attorney he wants. Former State AG McKenna tells KIRO News Radio both sides could be right.
We have a standoff here, sort of three corners, right? You got the courts, you got the president, and you've got the legislative branch. So all three branches of government are mixed up in this.
The U.S. Senate typically confirms U.S. attorneys, but in Rogoff's case, federal district judges appointed him on an interim basis to fill the vacancy. Luke Ducey, KIRO News Radio.
Former Sonics broadcaster Kevin Calabro is leaving the Portland Trailblazers after contract talks fell through. Calabro, who called Sonics games for 2 decades, says he still wants to broadcast after doing Blazers play-by-play for the past 10 seasons. 3:06 now, your forecast sunny and hot with that heat advisory till 11 o'clock tonight. 94 for the high today. Mix of clouds and sun with a few showers. Possible thunderstorms tomorrow. A little cooler at 79. It's 88 right now in Seattle. I'm Tim Hole, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with a KIRO News Radio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
I'm too old to start trying to be cool.
That's right. Right here, bringing it in uncool. Bringing it in uncool. Were you ever cool, Andrew? Answer's no.
Yeah. That's what I was going to say.
Did you ever try to be cool for a little brief period of time? Like, I think I'm going to wear a...
Yeah, when I did martial arts in middle school, I was trying to be cool.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, I can see you now. Joe, I'm not even going to bother asking you because you are cool.
Oh, my.
Ooh. Coolest of all of us? Joe Man. Have it in the news! Oh, I'm sorry. And Teeny. We need to talk about anything, or should we just do the show?
That's up to you.
What do you think? We haven't talked about this. Yo, you're out of it, Teeny.
Yeah, why not?
Really?
Sure. Well, I don't know.
Producer, I don't care. I don't care one way or the other.
Come on, Joe, make up your mind.
You're the coolest guy.
No.
Come on.
Give me some time to think about it.
How about tease it and get to it later?
That's not bad, too. Cool dude, too.
Let me think about it.
All right. You think about it.
Yeah, why not? I mean... Sure. Yeah, okay. Cat's out of the bag. Otherwise, it's going to be awkward all day.
Oh, yeah. It's because I can sense a weird tension coming.
I just feel bad.
All right. Yesterday at the beginning of the show.
I'm very happy to talk about why Jimothy is not just getting the awards and things like that, but he is actually helping people heal.
Helping them heal. How is that, Doctor, that's the raccoon is doing that?
So I think, John, we all know that everyone inside is crippled, right? The raccoon is crippled, Jimothy. I mean, but he doesn't know he's crippled. He doesn't know he's gay. He doesn't know certain things. And you ask, why do you say he's gay? I say, well, he's way too cute not to be gay, right? And also, the Jimothy, what a name. I mean, why not name him a little more boy-like, Jim Tim or Tim Jim or something like that. So we all have this feeling in us that we are not quite enough, and that if we can be perfect, everyone then will give us college degree, Mariners game, bobblehead, all of this. But in fact, it is Jimothy who is imperfect that is getting the attention. So we should just be ourselves, be a Jimothy for a day or two.
It was Dr. Karen Seward who went on to explain that she has a course she's teaching, bringing out the inner Jimothy in everyone. You, by the way, are having a 3-day course on Finding the Jimothy Within You. It says on the website, it's a 3-day course. It's $217. And then...
per day.
What?
Per day.
Per day?
You'll get that right. Yes, it's per day. Yes, it's $217 per day.
That you... a black Jimothy mask will be provided for $43.
You got to wear it for 3 days. It's got to be good quality.
Yeah. Okay. So the doctor was on yesterday, the very, very beginning of the show. She talked all about Jimothy, and then we ended the call. The last part of her, what's different? The last part here.
Except the fact that everyone has something, right? I mean, there are people that are rejected by childhood. Some people say were fired unnecessarily, unceremoniously, for nothing. There's people that are doing things that are, maybe ashamed of, but that's okay because you have the potential to be loved.
Your book, Loving Yourself Fully and Quieting the Voices in Your Head that has every reason to hate you and probably does. So in that book, which I pulled up online, it is self-published, so they give you like 6 or 7 pages of it, Doctor. And you talk about the idea that we all sort of self-hate, and then you list like 30 different things that somebody might be able to find about themselves. So you're saying that if we have, all of us have this sort of deformed raccoon in us, and right now the world is open to this raccoon, and we should let the raccoon, the as you say, crippled gay raccoon out?
Well, of course, it is. First of all, people do not realize how transparent they actually are. They don't realize that we can see, for instance, I can see a part of you, John, that is crippled emotionally, of course, but maybe, I don't know you, so maybe not. But that is something we all carry. So we see that Jimothy, tell back the what you call the robe or something.
Yeah.
And then we see, okay, there you are.
Right.
You are not perfect, but look, you are adored and loved. And that is possible for the weakest among us, the most vulnerable among us.
I see.
We can
I see.
in that. Then,
by the way, when this doctor was on,
everyone has something, right?
Listen to this part.
There are people that are rejected by childhood. Some people say were fired unnecessarily, unceremoniously.
And when I heard that, I thought, wow, that's really very specific. Childhood, and then someone fired.
Unceremoniously. And abruptly.
Yeah, and abruptly. Dr. Karen? Hello?
Okay. Hello? Am I so sorry. I was just looking at the Jimothy. The Jimothy now has glass blower. Can you believe?
All right, stop.
Blowing the glass with the Jimothy?
Stop.
We're in enough trouble already.
Stop. We're in trouble.
Why? What happened now? What'd you do?
Okay, so you came on and nobody knew it was you. And then MyNorthwest.com wrote it up as a news story. And then it was getting killer traction. Everybody was downloading, and then it started. Other people are taking it. It was like, golly, wasn't it more obvious when you said the thing about being fired and then being transparent? And I thought your accent was ridiculous, but.
All right, now what?
I don't know. Now we're in trouble.
Yeah. Now, for the first time in the 3 years that I've been here, we're gonna have a meeting based on something that we did on the show.
I think that's perfect now. Well, I don't know if you did a disclaimer or you did anything like that. I mean,
no.
It's
Sherry, we thought enough people would recognize your voice. Let me tell you, of all the text messages. What's that?
I don't have a lot of range. Remember, we've already determined that.
I know. You moved further and further towards the Russian border as the thing went on. I couldn't tell where you were from. But, no, I thought people would recognize. When the text messages came in, like only 2 people was like, wait a minute, that's Sherry. Everybody else was like, who is this woman profiting off of Jiminy? And how dare she call him gay? Or if he is gay, that has nothing to do with his spine. We're like, oh, my God. I thought for sure people would just know that it was a joke.
Well, as I say,
Stop,
say he's
Sherry, stop
it. Stop. All right, I'm just saying. Okay, I'm saying, look, look, it's your funeral, dude. I don't know.
Yeah,
I mean,
This is on us.
But we could have milked this a little bit more.
Oh, I know. Believe me, I wanted to keep this cow alive for a long time because you were going to come back and other things. It would have been great. But here's the problem. Once the news picks it up, and it's on a news website, you can't, unless you put on there, parody or April Fools or what I thought we fired her 2 years ago, something like that, right? Right. But
okay, well, wait a minute. So whose fault is that? Jesus. I mean, is that my fault that the newsroom didn't go to you and say, was that some kind of a goof or what was going on? Or, I mean...
Yeah, maybe we can pin this on Sherry.
We can pick it on Sherry.
Yeah,
pin it on Sherry.
You know who's going to get blamed? It's going to be my fault, of course. Because I didn't put anything on the schedule, the recap. I didn't put like an asterisk next to it that says, hey.
Yeah, here's what we're going with, Sherry. I'll get this.
Well, I'm sorry. Chris Cuomo hasn't called me or anything. So, I mean, how far is this reach realistically?
Believe me, if we had left it up.
Oh, yeah.
If we had left this thing up, because everybody's just still, feeding off of this crippled gay raccoon, as you described him, that this thing would have been like, and then somebody else would have called you or tried to find you, and we need to just stop it. I thought for sure people would be like, that's not real.
Yeah. It was what people were most impressed or most upset by was your daily rate for the classes.
That's the thing people were. Somebody's like, "How dare she profit off of Jiminy?" And then and at 200, I was thinking, here it is, Rochester. You, by the way, you're having a 3-day course on finding the Jimothy within you. It says on the website. By the way, I'm just making all this up. There's no website. I'm just whipping it out, pulling it out of my butt. It's a 3-day course. It's $217. I tried to pick a weird number, right? And then you jump in with, and then
per day.
What?
Per day. Well, come on, go home, go big or go home, right?
Yeah. Right, and then you made money off the raccoon mask. Per day.
Well, yeah, because it has to be high quality. Yes, it's $217 per day.
That you a black Jimothy mask will be provided for $43.
You got to wear it for 3 days. It's got to be good quality.
All right. Well.
So here's the deal.
Yes. Okay.
When you called me yesterday about doing this.
Yeah.
And of course, it wouldn't have mattered what I was doing. You're going to do this. So. I said, yeah. And what I was trying to do is I was trying to poke the bear, figuring, at some point I'd crack you up or I'd make you'd break character, right?
Yes.
My unbelievable acting really just fooled a nation, and I get it. But I mean, I thought at least you would, when I said you had some, emotionally crippling things, and
believe me, I saw every one of them. You're laying them all out there for like transparency, crippling emotional things, or blocking. You had them all out there. I wasn't going to step on them because I thought, no, if I do that, then if we start having an argument on the air, then they're going to go, well, this is way out of character. And you didn't poke me enough because I wanted to because I kept thinking, this is perfect. We can use you for a whole bunch of things.
Yeah.
But now we come in the morning and we got a bag of flaming dog crap on the front porch that we step in. And then we end up, so here's what we're going to do as a team.
Wait. Okay, let's include the team people that get paychecks. But go on. Go ahead.
Not for long.
What are we going? Were they just going to randomly fire us?
No.
Just me, probably. Yeah, you'll be fine.
What are they going to do when it just didn't have? I mean, it had no impact.
No, nobody was hurt. No, unless anybody tried to sign up for your class.
Well, there was one, but I put that. See, I thought so. Here I'm going to.
All right, leave it with this. Here we go. Yes, go ahead. Final word.
I thought that eventually you would crack and we would start laughing, and then it would all be revealed. But as you
Me too.
as you said, no, you wanted to keep it going because otherwise people would realize it was a fake, which, by the way, now you're regretting the fact that you didn't do that and make it a fake. But go ahead.
I will.
What are we doing, team?
Okay. I will say that, okay, then I'll take the fall for that. It's like building a ultralight airplane. If it doesn't crash on the first flight, you're like, hey, I think I might keep this thing around. And that was the feeling. So while it was going, I was like, hey, the little gasoline-powered lawnmower engine's still turning that big crank back there. We could fly this thing again. You fly those things until they crash.
Sure.
And I thought, it's got another flight in it. That's why I looked at it. But I thought if it all blew up on us while we were on the air, we would just be dropping a whole bunch of fart sounds in to make you laugh. So.
Oh, wow. That would be really Jimothy farts. We got to look into that.
There you go. All right. Well, thank you very much for causing us problems.
Yes, again, totally my fault because I called you. Said, hey, can I do this? Begged you not to let anybody know it was me. Wow.
It's weird. You don't even work here anymore, and you're still causing problems.
I know. I'm so sorry. You got to just quit me, man.
Yeah, but I can't quit you. Why don't you get up into Marin's office and start crying again? All right.
Okay, all right. Here we go. See, this could have been even funnier, I promise you. But I am so happy.
Oh, wait a minute. It could have been funnier? What are you saying?
I'm saying that if you had just had, pulled the, what did she say? Pulled the curtain? No.
How do you call it? The robe?
How do you call the robe? Yeah, put the robe back. Yeah. Your debubbled head. Okay.
Then it would have just gone on to be a regular, historically funny bit where you just destroy me in every way that you possibly can. But no.
All right. Well, I'll let you get back to causing other problems for other people. Thank you, Dr. Karen Sword. Thank you.
You bet. All right.
All right.
Talk soon. Love.
Hey, little girl, you better wear something pretty, something you wear to go to the city. And hey, dim all the lights, all the wine, start the music. Time to get ready for love.
It's ruined his career. Do you know that? When he came up with a song, sang a song, and then Women's Lib hit just about the time of the song. Heard it, move on. All right, fine. I don't care. Oh, boy. Ooh. Are you all right? It's an emotional roller coaster.
Yes, I still have some guilt, but it's okay.
Let it go. Let it go. A couple of years from now, a couple of weeks or months from now, you won't even work in here. What do you care?
There you go.
All right. Here comes Nate checking traffic. Nate on.
Thanks, John. Harborstone Credit Union with the update. Everett to Marysville, 20 minutes. You got your usual backups between 526 and 528. It does get pretty thick just past the Snohomish River. Linwood to Seattle, 45 minutes. We're still struggling. South 5 from Northgate into downtown. Southbound 99, you're bumper to bumper from the Aurora Bridge to the stadiums. North 5, heavy from the Michigan Curve to the Ship Canal Bridge. Bellevue to South Center is taking you 40 minutes. Heavy backups through Bellevue and Factoria before things thin out. Renton to Puyallup on the Valley Freeways at 45 minutes. We're crowded through Renton and then stop and go between State Route 18 and Puyallup. And over to the county line, both directions of I-5. We're slow between State Route 18 and the Fife Curve. Earn up to $30 a month just for using your Harborstone PNW Cashback debit card. Open your free checking account online today at harborstone.com/cash. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
Thank you, Nathan. If you got problems with the hip or the ankle, the shoulder, the wrist, whatever it is, in my case, it was my hip, and had been bad for a while. I had to give up running, and I used to run a whole bunch of races all the time, just run every single day, and then it just got worse and worse. Doctors said, well, you probably have to get a new hip. I thought, God, a new hip at my age, a whole new hip? I mean, I know that, you get older, you get a hip. But I thought, really? There's got to be another way. How about a stem cell procedure? Well, there's really the one guy to see. There's I think there's like 4 or 5 others that do it, but the man himself, the guy, is Dr. Mark Wagner at Seattle Sports and Regenerative Medicine. He's done 20,000 of these procedures. It's a 90-minute outpatient procedure. And I can tell you right now, as soon as you walk in and you meet Dr. Wagner, you get the sense that this guy, first of all, he's extremely active. We're just running and doing triathlons with his kids and playing golf. You get the sense he's like a coach. He wants to get you back in the game. You don't have to be a great athlete. Just be somebody who just doesn't pain anymore. Stem cells and Dr. Mark Wagner and you. drmarkwagnermd.com. That's drmarkwagnermd.com.
Back on February 8th, the countdown started at 167 days.
3, 2, 1.
Right after the clock showed zeros.
The Seahawks win Super Bowl 60.
The champs are back on the field in just 3 days when Seahawks training camp begins.
We know that we're target number 1 now.
The home of the Super Bowl champs, KIRO Newsradio and MyNorthwest.com.
Les Schwab Tires has always believed that taking care of people is the right thing to do. Today, that means more than trusted service. It means delivering real value, too. That's why we're lowering prices on hundreds of tires without changing the service and expertise you've always counted on. Consumer Reports named Les Schwab the best tire retailer for 2026. We'll keep working every day to earn your trust. See leschwab.com for details.
Looking for a simple solution to hair loss this summer? Get the same breakthrough one-day treatment I received at Advanced Hair during their once-yearly summer savings event. Your own natural hair begins to regrow the very next day, and Advanced Hair guarantees it will grow. Take advantage of your flexible summer calendar and get the most hair for your dollar during their best offer of the year. For details and a free consultation, call 425-449-8185, advancedhair.com.
Did you know that nearly half the homes in Western Washington are not properly insulated or not insulated at all? That may be the reason why your home is way too hot in the summer and way too cold in the winter. It may also be the reason that your energy bills are sky high. Right now, Insulation Northwest is offering a free inspection of your home's insulation. This is a $199 value and it's absolutely free, no obligation. Just call today and Insulation Northwest will arrange a time that works with your schedule. We'll perform a thorough exam of your home's insulation and give you the advice you need to start saving thousands. Everyone who calls today will also receive a free infrared screening of your home using the latest technology. This will help reveal any hidden flaws in your home's protective energy blanket. What do you have to lose? It only takes about an hour and it's absolutely free. Call Insulation Northwest today, the real insulation company.
InsulationNorthwest.com. How would you like to invest in the Seattle real estate market, one of the hottest and most stable regions in the country, and achieve a great rate of return on your investment without the effort of sourcing a deal, the expense and time of building permits, or all the hassles that come with being a landlord? Hi, I'm Scott Rireka, CEO of Legacy Group Capital in Bellevue. Legacy Group Capital develops local real estate, lends money, and shares the profits with our investors. Diversify with Legacy Group Capital. Invest into our Northwest Fund, which is currently delivering 9% on a fixed rate term. It's our flagship fund for 19 years with zero investor losses. And yes, we do accept IRAs. Find out why 1,300 local investors have invested over $350 million.
Invest in the stability and ease of Legacy Group Capital's Northwest Fund. Legacy Group Capital at legacyg.com. This is not investment advice. Investments available to accredited investors only. Details at legacyg.com.
Thinking about a new roof or exterior upgrade, but worried about the cost? This is Justin Shirley, CEO of State Roofing and Exteriors. We've created our summertime savings event to make it simple and affordable. Save up to $3,000 off your exterior project or get zero down, zero payments, and zero interest up to 24 months. And every qualifying GAF roof is backed by our lifetime Golden Pledge warranty. One call gets you started. Call 866-ROOF-ROOF or visit stateroofing.com today. Held to a higher standard since 1968.
When your car breaks down, you need to have a shop that you trust and can get you in without waiting. This is Sully. That's why I trust Bucky's Complete Auto Care. No appointments are needed. I walked in with an AC problem. The Linwood Bucky's got me out in under 3 hours. Full diagnostics, problem fixed with no upselling. And the repair didn't break the bank. But don't worry, if it is expensive, Bucky's has easy financing. Family owned since 1970, a local company you can trust. Go to buckys.com and drive with confidence.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
It's 3:30. Good afternoon. I'm Tim Hole. Here's what's happening. Newly released surveillance video shows the moment a passenger is shot on a King County Metro bus back on July 5th.
King County prosecutors say 36-year-old Rashad Mackey argued with riders over a missing cell phone and threatened to, quote, smoke everyone on board, then got off the bus and fired back inside, hitting a man in the chest as the bus pulled away. Casey McNerney is with the King County Prosecutor's Office.
It could be a third strike offense if convicted as charged under the state's persistent offender law.
You can watch the video at mynorthwest.com. James Lynch, KIRO News Radio.
Parts of southwest Washington and the west slopes of the Central Cascades will be under a red flag warning starting at 4 o'clock today, about 30 minutes from now. Dry lightning, gusty winds, and thunderstorms are in the forecast. High temperatures in the 90s and low humidity will increase the risk of new wildfire starts and rapid fire spread. Hot weather is drawing more people to local beaches, but experts warn Washington's waters can still be deadly. Dr. Beth Ebel with UW Medicine tells KIRO 7 a drowning can happen in a flash.
Sometimes I think people think from movies that drowning is a noisy, splashy affair, and it isn't. It is quiet and silent, and it just quietly happens.
Cold water, swift currents, and hidden hazards increase the risk of drowning this time of year. Mount Rainier National Park has released new details about a deadly rockfall last Sunday. The Tacoma News-Tribune reports 6 climbers from 2 parties were involved Sunday at about 11,600 feet. 2 climbers suffered minor injuries. 1 was seriously hurt, and 1 died at the scene. Park officials say the investigation continues. The fire that tore through a warehouse in Seattle's industrial district, causing the roof to collapse, was set on purpose. Seattle Fire says it's not said why they believe the fire was arson or exactly how the fire started. It broke out near 7th Avenue South and South Oregon Street just before 1 a.m. on July 15th. Nobody was hurt. The search continues for Brita, a 350-pound pig missing from her home on Vashon Island. Owner Julia Carlson tells Jake and Spike here on KIRO News Radio whoever took Brita most likely knew who she was.
It was either somebody who knew her well enough to be like, come on, Brita, come on, I have treats for you. Or it was a crew of a bunch of big dudes.
Carlson says there have been several unconfirmed sightings of Brita. The King County Sheriff's Office says the investigation involves an ongoing dispute between Carlson and a neighbor. A longtime Seattle Mariners fan was hoping to score an Andres Munoz bobblehead on Tuesday night. Well, she got it. She also got hit in the eye with a baseball. We pick up the action in the 8th inning. Julio Rodriguez at the plate.
Julio with a home run out toward the pen in left center field.
That ball smacked Nikki Jones in the face. The good news is nothing's broken. And even better, Munoz, her favorite player, according to the Seattle Times, reached out to her on Instagram to make sure she's okay. It's 3:33 now. Time for a check on real-time traffic. Here's Nate.
Thanks, Tim. DR Horton with our update. It is a struggle heading into Seattle from the north end. It's 45 minutes from Linwood. South 5 is solid from Northgate all the way into downtown. Southbound 99, a little better, but it's bumper to bumper from the Aurora Bridge to the stadiums. Speaking of the stadiums, the afternoon Mariners game just wrapped up, so prepare for a rush of traffic leaving Soto and hitting the highways. North 5 are heavy from the Michigan Curve to the Ship Canal Bridge. Seattle to Everett and Bellevue to Everett are both at 50 minutes. Seattle to Federal Way plan on 40. Bellevue to South Center is taking you 40. Heavy backups through Bellevue and Factoria, and then from there you'll thin out. You're in the clear by the time you get into the Renton S-curves, and really we've cleared out in South Center already. Tacoma to Olympia looking great at just 40 minutes. The DR Horton National Red Tag Sales event is going on now through August 2nd. Visit drhorton.com. DR Horton, America's builder and equal housing opportunity builder. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
The forecast partly cloudy and warm overnight tonight with a low of 65. Sun, clouds mixed with a chance for thunderstorms tomorrow. Much cooler at 80 than mostly sunny and 84 on Friday. Weekend back to normal. Mix of clouds and sun with highs in the mid-70s. Seattle right now, 91 degrees. I'm Tim Hole, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
Home Comfort Alliance. Heating, cooling, and electric. Oh, We're doing our Bucky's on our homecoming classic. What? Stop it.
I don't mean to. I always keep burning good tracks on.
Stop it if you don't like it. That's what I always say. Stop it if you don't like it.
If I played it, it's too late.
Comfort Lions.
Can't bring it back.
Ooh, that's really getting going now. Oh, I could go all on heat pumps all day long with that music. Okay, stop. Then you're burning the good track.
I'll use it in a little bit.
Thank you. Bill Gates ignored repeated warnings about Jeffrey Epstein. This is the Independent Gates Foundation reviews find. So apparently people on the inside were telling him, hey, ooh, ah. And Gates is like, ooh, and he's like, yeah, ooh. Yeah. Just like that. There you go. That's that story. Next. Is there anything else on that? No.
No, other than that it contradicts a lot of what he
2 weeks ago, Gates gave an interview to Australian broadcast, claims Epstein's email him were absolutely false. Okay.
Yeah, I met Jeffrey in 2011. The focus was always he knew.
There's an interview that he does, that Mr. Gates does. He is so uncomfortable, and they had somebody come on and like do a body language analysis of the thing. Have you watched that one?
I don't think so.
Yeah, he was really. Okay, anyway, here we go.
A lot of very rich people, and he was saying he could get them to give money to global health. In retrospect, that was a dead end, and I was foolish to spend time with him. I was one of many people who regret ever knowing him. No, apparently Jeffrey wrote an email to himself. That email was never sent. The email is, false. So I don't know what his thinking was there. It just reminds me, every minute I spent with him, I regret and I, apologize that I did that. It's factually true that I was only at dinners. I never went to the island. I never met any women. And so, the more that comes out, the more clear it'll be that although the time was a mistake, it had nothing to do with that kind of behavior.
Survey says that was a lie.
Why are you saying that?
Well, he said he never met women. That's true. He has now come forward and said, okay, well, yes, I did meet this woman through him. And, every time, again, with most of the Epstein connected people, you just admit to what can be proved at the time.
So he would solicit. So he went to Epstein because Epstein had people that was going to give him money for global health. That's the idea?
That was his story. Yes.
Yeah. Oh, okay. All right. His message to
that's old.
That's an old one, yeah. All right, so there you go. And people on the inside told him, hey, the guy's bad news, stay away from him.
Many, many, many times.
What they found later on was that that Mr. Gates had an opportunity or had two affairs, right? And one of them was a Russian something or chess player, and then the other one. But the thing about often with guys that do this sort of thing, I don't know this about Bill Gates, I don't know, but normally it's not just a kind of a onesie-twosie. They always say they two ways they end. Either you get caught or you stop it. Or you hope somebody sneaks into a cell and strangles the guy. Right. I think that's the third one. They've added that one in there. Well, for instance, this guy. There's another one. Everybody that seems to know Epstein, something bad happens to him. This is Daniel Syed.
Syed.
Thank you. French model scout. He's been mentioned more than 2,000 times in the Epstein files. He's found dead at his home in Paris yesterday. I hope this is not coming as a shock to anyone.
His name appears more than 3,000 times in
3,000. Sorry. Update.
The declassified Epstein files. At one time, Daniel Syed recruited young women for the disgraced financier. In a 2014 email to Epstein, the model scout likened his work to fishing. Daniel Syed was being investigated in France for human trafficking and rape, launched after 5 complaints were filed against him. But he was found dead in a suburb of Paris before he was brought before a court. Among his accusers, former model Ebba Karlsson, the Swede, now in her 50s, spoke to France 24 earlier this year. She accuses Syed of raping her when she was 20, outside of the statute of limitations, but she was working with a lawyer in France to build a case against him.
We've been fighting for 6 years, tried to find more victims, to help more people, and just create more awareness about this, what I think is a global pedophilia elite group.
So this guy he wrote to Epstein that I'm going to Romania, I'm going to Yugoslavia, I'm going to all these various Eastern European countries, and we go into these villages, and he would try to find young girls that he thought were attractive, and then you could be a model, come join us. They would then get all the girls together. They'd put them in a hotel. They would take their passports from them and basically keep them there. And then it was, if you really want to, you should go to this party tonight. There's going to be all sorts of, magazine editors and agents. Go to the party and, spend some time at the party meeting these gentlemen because it's going to help you with your career. So they're always dangling that out in front of them. And then there's a documentary of the women. I don't know if it was this particular guy. There was another French model scout guy.
Yes, and he ran a modeling agency.
Is he still alive?
No, he is not. He was actually charged in France, and he was in prison, and he was found dead in his cell.
Oh, okay. So that one, I'm sure, was very similar to what this guy was doing. Bring them all together, put them in an apartment, keep them there, and then just use them as basically it was like a brothel. But always telling them, the one girl's going to do better than the other girl. The one girl's going to get discovered because she's doing this and that. You're not doing it. If you really want to further your career, you'll spend a little more time with some of the people who are at the parties.
Yeah, and there's so many like him still that are still out there that are still, just ducking charges or ducking allegations. There's the other guy. Well, it's pretty disgusting. But
Joe and I can tell you, especially Joe, it's best to come out and just be truthful. Stop deceiving people, right? Don't you feel better now?
I do, yeah.
There you go.
I have a couple of apologies I still have to issue, but once that's done.
Not regarding our segments.
Oh yeah. Yeah, what do you think I was talking about?
I thought other things you just in life you want to just come clean on.
No.
Who else needs an apology?
I gotta go talk to the web department.
All right,
because that's where it was on me. Like I had those.
Listen, I don't have a responsibility for it. I'm like a goose just pooping all over the pond.
That's true. Yeah,
there you go. What do you need? You need more of that? There you go. Little something over there? Need some? Yeah. There you are. Good, Joe. Thank you for taking the fall for all of us.
Yeah, you got it. No problem. I learned that in jail.
Do we have an update as to whether or not Kentucky governor says that he received 2 calls from agencies indicating that Mitch McConnell had passed? Is he alive again?
Unclear.
Okay.
But if he...
Hold it right there. We've got to go to traffic.
Oh, that's so
Here's Nate checking traffic. Nate,
Wilcox Farms has the update. South 5 in Seattle, just before the Mercer exit, a disabled vehicle is taking up your left lane, adding to our hefty backup in Northgate. Linwood to Seattle, up to an hour now. North 5, heavy from the Michigan Curve to the Ship Canal Bridge. About a half hour to get through this. If you're heading to Everett, Seattle, and Bellevue, both at 50 minutes. Everett to Marysville, 20 minutes. It's slow from 526 to 528, but it gets really heavy at Highway 2 into Marysville. Seattle to Federal Way, plan on 40 minutes. We've got a backup starting near MLK Junior Way all the way to 516. Bellevue to the South Center is at 40 minutes. Again, we've cleared out in South Center, but Bellevue, we've got a typical backup from 520 that stretches to the VMAC, and you're bumper to bumper from about Northeast 8th to Cold Creek Parkway. And again, Tacoma to Olympia, we're looking great this afternoon. Pretty much all clear till you got heading to Olympia, where there's like 2 to 3 mile backup. 40 minutes to make that trip. For a convenient, healthy snack on the go, look for ready-to-eat Wilcox hard-boiled eggs. Find Wilcox eggs at Costco, Metro Market, Safeway, and other local grocers. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
A place for everything and everything in its place. That is so true. Have you ever noticed when something's just disorganized in a way, it just sort of throws things off? Walk into a room and there's a painting on the wall. It's slightly askew. You just want to go over and just sort of straighten it back up again. Same sort of thing, especially with your house. If there aren't places to put stuff, then stuff starts gathering and accumulating in certain spots. Of all the desks here at KIRO Radio, I would say mine is the most disorganized. I should have Closets by Design come here to KIRO Radio and build better cabinets for me or something so that I've got everything in place and people don't have to look at the mess. When they came to the barn in Cle Elum and completely redesigned how we store everything, absolutely amazing. Here's what I love about Closets by Design. They're locally owned, family-run business, been around for 22 years, and great custom work without the giant custom price. You get 40% off plus additional 15% off and 18-month 0% financing on approved credit when paid in full. That's 1-800-BY-DESIGN. ClosetSbyDesign.com. 1-800-BY-DESIGN.
KIRO News Radio, where you turn for the news you depend on.
A political shakeup for Democrats that represents Seattle.
Traffic.
Right now, Auburn to Renton at 25 minutes. That's a good 10-minute delay.
Conversation.
3 people on the floor can't cover 20 aisles of plexiglass. They're doing their best. It just doesn't work.
And your Super Bowl champion Seahawks.
And the party begins.
Broadcasting live from the KIRO News Radio YouTube channel. KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-330-8323 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-330-8323. That's 800-330-8323. What do you have to lose? Call 800-330-8323. Again, 800-330-8323.
Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Those words weren't written for history books. They were written for you. But it's hard to pursue happiness when aging is part of everyday life. John Curley here. Longevity Medical Clinic was created to help people with overall wellness and longevity, including diabetes management, heart health, weight management, inflammation reduction, nutrition, cognitive health, hormone therapy, and more. I can tell you from personal experience, being a patient for 17 years, I have a richer, fuller life, and I'm better able to pursue my own happiness. As America celebrates 250 years of independence, give yourself the chance to reclaim yours. Independence from aging. Take control of your health before small issues become big problems. Experience a smarter, proactive approach to aging, backed by decades of experience with longevity. Do what I did and feel like yourself again. Get your free health analysis at Longevity Medical Clinic. Find out how at lmclinic.com.
Jason Rance here with Greg Nunn from None Better Tax Resolution. Greg, there are a ton of national advertisers offering services similar to yours. Why shouldn't I go with one of them?
National firms are an interesting phenomena, if you will, because I hear from clients that tried them initially, and they tell me these stories that are just really hard to believe, Jason. They'll call, and the person that they're talking to is really a salesperson. They don't really know the tax resolution business at all. They're trying to make a sale. And so they overpromise, and they'll hook them with a very low initial fee. Then when that case starts moving down the road, all of a sudden the person's getting a phone call. Oh, you need to pay us thousands of dollars to get this thing done. And they tell me sometimes it never gets done.
So it's a tax resolution scheme without any of the resolution.
I really believe part of it is.
If you're having trouble with the IRS, call Greg Nunn with None Better Tax Resolution. 425-947-1967 or Google NUNN. None Better Tax Resolution.
If you're over 62 and want to stay in your home without as much financial stress, this may be worth your attention. I'm Steve Teitler, owner of Best Mortgage. Every week I talk with seniors who love their home and want to stay, but feel financial pressure every month. Property taxes keep going up. Insurance costs more. Everyday bills add up, and for some, they still have a mortgage payment. If you're wondering how long your savings need to last, a reverse mortgage may be worth a look. It could eliminate your mortgage payment, pay off debts, and give you breathing room every month. Now, I want to make it clear it's not right for everyone, but for the right person, it can be a very smart financial tool. When you call Best Mortgage, you'll speak directly with me. I'll explain your options and tell you honestly if it makes sense for you. If you want to stay in your home with less financial stress, call me, 425-649-6000. Best Mortgage. Honest advice you can trust. 425-649-6000.
Guys, your testosterone level impacts your energy, drive, weight, hair loss, and even ED. Revive Men's Health Seattle will check your T level for free. For your free T level check, exam, and consultation, call 206-529-1111 or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
2 years ago, my office launched a major media campaign to identify key witness to our client's bicycle accident, which we later settled for $10 million. Because when we accept a case, we don't rest until we do everything possible to improve our client's highest chance of recovery. We're one of only a few firms in the state with an in-house investigation team building our clients' cases. So when you hire Davis Law Group, you don't just get a dedicated and award-winning legal team. You get our commitment to better service and even better results. Request a free consultation today at 206-888-8888.
Oh, boys will be boys, right? Go back to Apollo 12. This one of the astronauts was part of the backup crewmen. There was Scott and Aaron. And Scott said his job was kind of keep things light because tensions would build, and he would come up with little cartoons to put in the checklist. The checklist was something that the astronauts wore on their wrists, on their forearms, much like a quarterback would have. The different plays. You see the quarterback going in the huddle, he's flipping through the thing. So the astronauts had that on there. So they thought, well, what can you do to like maybe put a joke in there? And then one of them had the idea, hey, let's get a couple of Playboy model photos from the Playboy magazine, and they had to put them on special fireproof type of paper. Stick that in there, so while the guys are up there doing their checklist in the capsule or walking on the moon, they would flip over and be like, oh, God, got me. Here's some gal without her top on. Why?
Had little notes under them, too, like survey her activity or don't forget, describe the perturbances.
Okay. So did one of them show up in a photo?
Yeah, the reason it's actually a story and is because one of them is going up for auction. One of the astronauts who passed away, all his stuff from the moon is going up for sale.
Yeah,
and this is one of them. Very rare.
There was also in the checklist there was Snoopy styled cartoons were drawn by NASA illustrator Ernie Ries. That people was reading. Well, this doesn't age well. Okay. Oh, yeah, that's okay. Well, it's terrible. They sent it up there. Right?
Well, they kept it a secret, too, for like 40 years.
Nobody wanted to be called on the thing. Just, it's a prank. No one got hurt. You let it go.
That's fine.
It's sort of a theme of our show today. But it's always odd when people, right, that was a different time. When people, that would never fly now. Okay, fine. Were women treated differently in the 60s? Yeah. In the 70s? I remember watching a fabulous interview. I think it was Dick Cavett or Johnny Carson. Might have been the Johnny Carson show. And it was Hugh Hefner. And I think she was, and it was a feminist, I forget her name, an activist. Oh, my God. It was so great to watch the two of them battling it out. And Hugh Hefner sitting there lighting his pipe and asking her, I love women. I think women are, no, you don't. You sexualize them. And he's just sitting there talking to them. And I think at one point he goes, you should be in our magazine. Hugh Hefner just had no shame on that stuff.
No, he did not.
No. All right. Well, there you go. So if you want to find it, it was Apollo 12 as part of it. And, did they tell you which women were up there?
I'm looking at pictures of them right now. Yes, it was Cynthia Myers. In
I
Santa
think she was
hat.
Miss February, wasn't she?
Don't know. And also...
I'm kind of a savant with Playboy magazine from the 70s.
I'm kidding. And then Angela Dorian. Miss September 1967.
67. Okay, got it. Used to go over to this guy. His name is Hunter. And his dad had a whole 4 feet, as I remember it, of Playboy magazine just in this room. And I didn't find out later on that Hunter was gay. They're always like, "Hey, let's go in the other room where your dad's magazines are." He's no, I don't want to do that. It's just like, really?
Come on.
Hey, sing show tunes again? Here's Nate checking traffic. Nathan.
Ms. Myers was Playmate December 1968.
Thank you.
South 5, just before Mercer, we've got a disabled vehicle blocking that left lane, adding to a thick backup that starts in Northgate. So Linwood to Seattle is a 1-hour drive right now. Linwood to Bellevue, in comparison, is a half hour if you're able to swing 405. It's crowded, though, between Alderwood and Bothell. Once you get into Bellevue, South 405 is jammed up at 520 down to the VMAC. Bellevue to Renton, a half hour. North 405, we're heavy in South Center through the Renton S-curves. Renton to Puyallup on the Valley Freeway, a 45-minute drive. Off and on, slowing through Renton and Kent, and then it is packed from Algona all the way into Puyallup. Heavy volumes in both directions of I-5 between Fife and State Route 18. Everett to Marysville, we've climbed to 25 minutes. We're heavy between 526 and 528. And now northbound 529, you're bumper to bumper between Everett and Marysville. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
KIRO News Radio, where you hear G and Ursula, weekdays 9 to noon.
Me personally, Ursula, shorts in the workplace should not happen. There's no way.
It's a bridge too far for you.
Put some pants on.
What if everyone in the office building is wearing shorts or very casual attire? If you're like so buttoned up and everyone else is casual, including the boss, I think you might be taking it too far.
Subscribe to the G and Ursula Show on YouTube and watch live or later.
Hey, it's Doctors King and Kopstein from K2 Vision. If you're at the stage where you need readers, whether you've had LASIK or not, it may be time to consider K2 Vision RLE. I tell my King LASIK patients, laser vision correction won't solve the eventual need for reading glasses due to an aging, dysfunctional lens.
But K2 Vision RLE will. It's not a question of if your lens becomes dysfunctional, it's when. At that point, you'll need reading glasses and could benefit from refractive lens exchange. K2 Vision RLE is a quick, painless procedure that restores distance and near vision permanently. In other words, no glasses, no contacts, and no readers.
And no cataracts.
Exactly. After K2 Vision RLE, you will never develop a cataract.
K2 Vision doctors have performed over 150,000 procedures and followed the outcomes. They have the experience to know when it's your right time for RLE. Schedule your free Zoom consult today at k2visionrle.com. K2 Vision RLE. No readers, glasses, contacts, or cataracts.
Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. With the price of just about everything going up, we thought we'd bring our prices down. So to help us, we brought in a reverse auctioneer, which is apparently a thing.
Mint Mobile Premium Wireless. How to get 30, 30, to get 30, to get 20, 20, 20, to get 20, 20, to get 15, 15, 15, 15, just $15 a month. Sold!
Visit mintmobile.com/radio. Upfront payment of $45 for 3 months, $90 for 6 months, or $180 for 12-month plan required. $15 per month equivalent. Taxes and fees extra. Initial plan term only. Greater than 50 gigabytes may slow when network is busy. See terms.
On BritBox, there is a place where stories twist like cobblestone roads, grand manners hide secrets, and stakes are higher than seaside cliffs. Find places worth getting lost in on BritBox. Watch new series like The Other Bennett Sister from the world of Jane Austen and A Woman of Substance starring Golden Globe winner Brenda Blethyn. If you want to get away, you're in the right place. Stream the best of British TV on BritBox. Free trial at BritBox.com.
Healthcare costs are rising, and a major driver is hospital prices. They've increased more than 250% over the past 25 years. Families and local businesses are feeling it. At Primera Blue Cross, we're working to change that by negotiating with hospitals to secure fair, responsible prices so you can get the care you need at a cost you can afford. That's coverage that counts. Learn more at coveragethatcounts.primera.com.
Don't wait, insulate. Last year, American Crawl Space and Pest Services gave over $2 million in insulation rebates from PSE, more than any provider in the state. If your home was built before 1990, you're eligible for recouping up to 95% of insulation replacement costs. Insulate with American Crawl Space and keep your home warm during the winter and cool during the summer.
American Crawl, the heroes you call.
KIRO News Radio, where you hear Jake and Spike. Weekdays noon to 3.
Well, this weekend, Jimothy ran in the salmon run, and and I wish Mariner Marketing had taken just a couple more minutes or hours. For what? Give us a better Jimothy.
The Jimothy costume is not perfect.
It was lacking.
What would you have them do?
I have them build a real costume.
Yeah, it didn't look great.
It didn't look great. It was a guy in a mask.
Watch live or later. Subscribe to the Jake and Spike YouTube channel.
It's the best time of the year at Staples, with back-to-school supplies as low as 25 cents, up to 40% off select tech and more at staples.com/back-to-school.
Well, it's official. My friends have all switched to Pure Talk because I told them they could save a bunch of money on a super reliable high-speed network with unlimited data. And because they're my friends, they trust me. As for the rest of you, well, Pure Talk understands that even though you might like me, you're not just going to take my word for it, nor should you. For that reason, and for a very limited time, Pure Talk is offering any of their plans for just $15 a month for the first 3 months, including their top-tier unlimited plan that normally sells for $65 a month. Think of it like a test drive, a super simple way to save $150 while you kick the tires on Pure Talk's blazing fast network, and a fine way to see for yourself why I switched from big wireless, along with a few 100,000 of my closest friends. Dial pound 250, say Mike Rowe, and be connected to Pure Talk's friendly U.S. customer service team. Again, dial pound 250, say Mike Rowe, and let the savings begin.
Your best source for local news. KIRO News Radio, KIRO FM, and HD1, Tacoma, Seattle, Northwest News.
ABC News, I'm Michelle Franzen. Tropical storm Bertha making landfall in St. Bernard Parish, east of New Orleans in Louisiana. Governor Jeff Landry says it is a welcome break.
The storm is likely not to produce the type of rainfall or wind event that it could have.
The storm is losing some steam. Officials say residents, though, should remain vigilant and that the storm could troll the coastline with heavy rain, severe flooding, and damaging winds as it moves toward Texas in the coming days. In Delaware, President Trump and top military leaders gathered for the dignified transfer at Dover Air Base today for the 4 U.S. service members killed in the Middle East. 3 of those service members have been identified. 1 has not yet been positively ID'd. Fast food chain Chick-fil-A says the recent cyber attack in June likely exposed personal information of its loyalty account holders. The data includes names, email, and phone information and the last 4 digits of some credit cards. The company says it took immediate security measures. This is ABC News. In California, the preliminary hearing continues for David Burke. The singer, known as David, is accused of murdering a teen last year. Prosecutors trying to establish a motive.
On the witness stand on day 2 of the hearing, David Burke's financial manager and a finance employee of the record company that signed Burke are testifying. Prosecutors are trying to establish that Burke had a huge financial motive to protect his career and that he killed 14-year-old Celeste Rivas to prevent her from exposing their sexual relationship and impacting that career. On Tuesday, prosecutors showed gruesome photos of the crime scene as they try to prove to the judge there's enough evidence to move to trial. Alex Stone, ABC News, Los Angeles.
Last month's heat wave in France led to a surge in deaths. The health ministry says 5,700 more people died than usual during the historic heat, with record-shattering temperatures from June 17th to July 2nd. I'm Michelle Franzen, ABC News.
At 4:02, body cameras and a sheriff's deputy who stabbed a suspect more than a dozen times. More on that coming up, but first, here's Nate with real-time traffic.
Thank you, Tim. Wilcox Farms Eggs has this update. Canyon Park, we've got a new stall northbound 405 right at 527, partially blocking that right lane just past the overpass. It's mostly on the narrow shoulder. If there was a bigger shoulder, it'd be out of your way. Backups begin at I-90 there in Bellevue. So Bellevue to Linwood right now is at 35 minutes. In comparison, Seattle to Linwood, 40 minutes. It's heavy from Lake City Way into Mount Lake Terrace, and then it opens up for you. South 5 into Seattle, just before Mercer, we still got a disabled vehicle blocking your left lane. This adds to our thick backup starting in Northgate. Linwood to Seattle, a 1-hour commute. North 5 packed at the Michigan Curve to the Ship Canal Bridge. Over on the east side, South 405 is thick through Bellevue from 520, and that continues really all the way to the VMAC. Bellevue to Renton, give yourself a half hour. And the Valley Freeway, Renton to Puyallup, plan on 45 minutes. Again, the north end looking okay, off and on slowing through Renton and Kent, but south of 18, it is bumper to bumper from Algona into Puyallup. For a convenient, healthy snack on the go, look for ready-to-eat Wilcox hard-boiled eggs. Find Wilcox eggs at Costco, Metro Market, Safeway, and other local grocers. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon at 4:03. I'm Tim Hole. Here's what's happening in Southwest Washington. The Clark County Sheriff's Office is reviewing alleged misuse of body-worn camera mute functions in the death investigation of motorist Mark Fogel.
54-year-old Mark Fogel was in the custody of the Clark County Sheriff's Office and in an interview room for a DUI investigation in May of last year. The deputy reported being in an active struggle with Fogel, who was allegedly trying to take his firearm. Attorneys for the Fogel family say deputies repeatedly muted their audio at critical moments after Fogel was fatally stabbed 17 times. Attorney Mark Lindquist represents the family.
Watching the video is almost comical. Every time something critical is about to be said, they hit the mute button.
Lindquist says he asked for the review in anticipation of a lawsuit. The Clark County Sheriff's Office says it's reviewing the issue and is committed to openness, transparency, and maintaining public trust. James Lynch, KIRO Newsradio.
First responders are bracing for a busy afternoon as people look to cool off in the water and possibly get into trouble. Kayla Lafferty with Seattle Fire tells KIRO 7 drownings are preventable if you keep a few simple things in mind.
Making sure someone knows where you are, keeping your eye on others around you, keeping your eye on children, being safe about alcohol consumption, wearing life jackets, and thinking about the water temperature and choosing lifeguarded beaches.
And yes, it's muggy today, a lot more humid than it usually gets when temperatures rise. We asked meteorologist Scott Sistek why that is.
I think part of it was, how wet it was last week with the thunderstorms in here. A lot of that water is still kind of in the plants and everything. And then the sun comes out and it's 90 degrees and it's evaporating all that. I mean, this is kind of common in the Midwest. You hear about this a lot. It's not quite the same as like corn sweat. If anyone's from Iowa, they hear that all the time. But kind of, I think in that, distant relative of a process of just like it was wet. Now we're like, it's hot. It's just dumping a lot of moisture.
91 right now in Seattle. That's shy of the record of 96 set back in 1985. Our normal high for today is 78. The debate over Seattle's school lunch plan comes down to timing. Earlier today, a city council committee amended the education levy to first target weekend and school lunch break hunger for low-income students. That delays the mayor's universal meals program by a year. Councilmember Alexis Mercedes Rink voted against the amendment, sharing her personal experience with food security.
I was hungry for a while because my friends' parents didn't pack them a lunch, and I was giving them my food.
The full council is expected to pass the levy implementation bill next week. Pierce County deputies investigating a fatal rollover crash near Lake Tapps. The driver, a man in his 40s, struck a parked vehicle on 166th Avenue East just before rolling his car several times. It stopped just short of a house, no sign of alcohol. In Snohomish County, a speeding driver crashed into an Everett neighborhood earlier this morning after passing a state trooper on I-5 at more than 100 miles an hour. At least one person seriously hurt. Longtime broadcaster Kevin Calabro is out as the Trailblazers TV play-by-play announcer after rejecting what he calls a subprime contract offer. The former voice of the Sonics spent 10 seasons in Portland after 2 decades behind the mic in Seattle. At 4:06, your forecast, partly cloudy and warm tonight, 65 for the overnight low. Sun, clouds, and chance for thunderstorms tomorrow. Much cooler, though, with a high of 80. 91 right now in Seattle. I'm Tim Hole, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with the KIRO Newsradio App. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO Newsradio, Northwest News.
What do we got?
It's John Curley, the radio host.
Oh, yeah. Oh, it's Jim Walsh. Hang on. We don't have time for this nonsense. Get right in here, get Walsh in here. Where is his big mug? Hang on, here he comes.
Jim Walsh won't let Washington fall.
Chairman of the Washington State GOP. All right, you troublemaker, what are you up to now, huh? Go ahead.
I don't know. I'm kind of hungry for a Wilcox hard-boiled egg there, Carly.
We don't have that's not till another half an hour. Come on there. Get your show.
Yeah, so there's a lot going on with these judge races.
Oh, there we go. Here we go. Go ahead, Walsh. Go ahead.
So the primary ballots are out. Most of your listeners, I hope, have gotten their primary ballots.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a midterm. You got your legislative races, you got your Congress races on there. But this year, we got an unusual number of judge races, particularly on the state Supreme Court, where we elect our judges. Normally you get 2 or 3 at a time. This year we got 5.
Mm-hmm.
Now 4 of them are on the primary ballot. One of them, there's only 2 candidates filed for it, so that one goes straight to November.
Right.
But 4 of the 5 are on the ballot that you got hopefully the last few days, and you're looking at, this weekend, today, whatever, the next week, couple of weeks. It's due Tuesday, August 4th.
And Jim, that most people, we talked about this yesterday with Steve Gordon, a third skip it, a third choose based on the name, and a third end up doing a little bit of research. And most judges are elected with 11 to 15% of the vote. Most people just go, I don't know. I don't know. But in this case, what's hinging? What is the giant weight that needs to move and people need to be informed on this historic vote?
5 shots at getting better people on the state Supreme Court. Well, the difference is this. So we elect our judges in Washington. It's not true in every state. It's not true at the federal level where they're appointed. But in our state, we elect our judges. And that's a good thing. When the founders started our state, they were reform, what they called reform or progressives in that time. Think like a Teddy Roosevelt progressive. They were open government. They were transparency. They wanted people to vote on as much as possible. So we vote on our judges in Washington. Now, in those decades since, there's been a kind of a cheat that's happened. And that's that the executive branch, the governor specifically, has kind of co-opted the judicial branch that's supposed to be independent. And this is how the mechanic of it is this. The governor is allowed to appoint on a temporary basis a judge, state judge. That can be a Superior Court judge. That can be a Supreme Court judge, a state appeals judge, whatever. A state judge, the governor can appoint if the sitting judge dies or retires during their term.
Yes.
And so over the past decades...
In that order, though.
Well, hopefully. I don't know. Just because you die doesn't mean you stop voting in Washington. So over the decades, the governors, and all of them, have gotten a lot more involved in appointing temporary judges, particularly when a sitting judge retires. Mm-hmm. And at the state Supreme Court level, it's happened the most and the worst. The judges on the state Supreme Court rarely serve out their full last term. When they know they want to retire, they tend to retire halfway or 3/4 of the way through, and they're elected to 6-year terms, so they got a lot of room to retire in their last term. And then the governor can appoint the temporary judge, who then has to be elected at the next available election, at the next general election. That's why we got 5 instead of the normal 2 or 3 this time. And we want to try to shine a light on this. I would call it like small c corruption, where the executive branch in the form of the governor has taken a lot more control of the judicial branch than our state constitution originally intended.
But by the way, but what he is doing, none of it is illegal. He hasn't crossed any lines. You just smell a rat on this thing. You believe?
Yeah, we got 2 rats in particular.
Okay, now we've gone from the smell of a rat to we're identifying rats at this point. Walsh, is that what you're doing?
No, yeah, I'm a scientist, John. I always track it back to the source.
Okay, so when Colleen Melody. So do you think that somebody jumped ship first so that the Ferguson could put her in there? Because once you're appointed, it sort of cements you lightly in the position of the eye of the voter as, well, she's already in there, so that's pretty good. I don't want to overturn anything or, flip over the apple cart. So do you think somebody jumped out early so that she could go in there, Ferguson puts her in there, and she should not be part of it, because it also goes back to something that has been made public, which is she was involved in the idea of the millionaire's tax and whether or not taxing is property. You would like her to recuse herself.
Exactly. So this Judge Melody, I mean, for all the reasons you and the trucking guy discussed the other day, because they're this light vote, they call it an undervote, because people don't vote on judge races very much. the power of incumbency is even stronger than in other kinds of elections. So people say, well, this person's already in the position and they must know what they're doing. Okay, I'll vote for them.
Mm-hmm.
And so in a weekly voted election, that's a big advantage. And that's what these governors appointing the temporary judges, they're taking advantage of. Okay, but totally legal. Like you said, It's not illegal, it's legal. So this Colleen Melody used to work for Ferguson at the state attorney general's office. She was the head of the civil rights office of the state attorney general back when our friend Mr. Ferguson was the state attorney general.
Mm-hmm.
So they know each other for years. And this Colleen Melody, she's very left wing. The Council for American Islamic Rights likes her, and a bunch of other far left organizations give her trophies and awards and things.
Okay.
Very left wing.
Okay.
And so she was working for the state attorney general's office when Ferguson, and particularly this guy called Noah Purcell, who's the number 2. He was the number 2 under Ferguson. He's still the number 2 under the current state AG, whatever his name is.
Yeah.
Purcell has been widely perceived as the real brains of the state AG's office. And his position, called Solicitor General, is not elected.
Mm-hmm.
That's an appointed position by the elected state attorney general. Purcell wrote this letter for Melody.
Why do I feel like you're explaining a Netflix show to me that I haven't watched, Jim?
Yeah, except there's not as much sex. Well, I don't know. Maybe there is sex. I don't know. So Purcell writes this recommendation.
Look, if you want, just get right to it. You want her to recuse herself. You know she's not, because she's not going to get.
She was there when they were telling Jamie Peterson, you got to put a necessity clause in the state income tax. You got to reference the U.S. tax code. You got to do this. And basically this guy Purcell was ghostwriting a big chunk of this rotten state income tax.
I know, but that doesn't mean that she was also in there going, "Oh boy, put me in there as a Supreme Court justice, and I'll tell you something. I'll go whatever way you guys want me to go. I'm all in on this." We have no evidence that she said any of that. She was in the room when they were, working up their how to do this, get around the referendum and make it an initiative. She was in there.
In the room is enough, John. In the room is enough that she should recuse herself. Look, the law on these judges is soft and vague. What's not soft and vague is we have what we call the Code of Judicial Conduct,
yes.
CJC. And the Code of Judicial Conduct says that a judge in Washington state has to be above reproach, has to be no connection to even the appearance of a conflict. Because the Code of Judicial Conduct says any appearance of a conflict or a partial political activism, political partisanship, brings disrepute to the court.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what we've got in this Colleen Melody's case. She was in the room when Ferguson and Noah Purcell were helping Peterson write the state income tax law. She needs to recuse herself, because the fact she was even in the room brings the whiff of partisan bias to her rulings.
And let's assume her to be a decent, upstanding human being. And if that's the case, then it would seem that a reasonable person could then say, well, then you should probably recuse yourself. Do you think she will?
I don't know.
Okay.
If she's an upstanding person, she should. And this is the other important thing, John. She's never been elected. This is the first time, this election, this fall, is the first time she's ever faced the voters, because she's been appointed.
Right.
So this is her first time facing voters. It's doubly important that she stands tall and absolutely clean and announces in advance, I will recuse myself because I was in the room. I will recuse myself on any lawsuit that involves this state income tax that I was there with Purcell and with Ferguson when they were concocted.
I don't know this, and I don't know if you know the answer to this. In some situations, other judges can say, hey, do you think you should sit this one out? They can get some sort of sense from the rest of their colleagues that they would appreciate them stepping out. And then, of course, the judge always leads, publicly with, I am going to recuse myself because of this association or that association. Do the other judges sort of feel like, if they're working as sort of a group, like, it looks bad, you might want to sit it out? We don't know what's said behind the scenes, but that one is still waiting for us. Let's just do very quickly, Jim, because we don't know what's going to happen with Colleen, although you're calling for her to sit out on it. Have you seen what happened in New Jersey? This is something you've been talking about for a while.
6,600
laws that they have on the books.
6,600 individuals didn't vote illegally.
That's not for certain. I mean, they're
actually
registered. So
This is in New Jersey. What they're finding out is some sort of glitch in the DMV.
Some sort of glitch. Yeah, like they were registering illegal aliens. That's the glitch.
They could if they wanted to, right?
But there's an independent investigation that New Jersey has initiated. And
okay, is this representative?
So far,
is this Emily Randall talking like that?
The proof shows that.
Oh, yeah, that sounds like gag me with a spoon or something.
Hold on.
Whatever happened to Moon Unit Zappa?
Voted.
Let's call her Moon Unit Randall.
Will you stop? I'm trying to play a cut.
Hang
on.
They have discovered this, and they're going to continue investigating it. And I think, like, the point that for a very small percentage of error, we have error in every system. We have fraud in every system. There's a lot of fraud coming out of 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. To make it more difficult for the vast majority of Americans to vote because of a very small percentage of error and fraud.
I think she sounds Canadian. I don't know why she's been elected. All right, so what they found was 6,600 people got ballots. They don't know if they voted.
Well, that's how many the governor of New Jersey's admitted to. It's probably more than that.
Right, and because
there are other estimates, it's 35,000.
So why are they saying I said it was a glitch, and why are you laughing at that? What happened with the DMV in order to let these people vote?
Same thing that's happening here in Washington. There's what they call motor voter, automatic voter registration in New Jersey, just like there is here in Washington.
Yeah.
Nobody is checking who registers to vote. And all of these Moon Unit Randalls say, well, no. There's a system here where you've got to check a box that attests that you're a citizen. That isn't voter ID. That's not a secure election process. That's not a secure way to register people to vote. And at least the governor of New Jersey has admitted she's got a problem. Our current governor is still in the denial phase. But the governor of New Jersey has admitted it's at least 6,600, and other estimates have it at more like 35,000 illegally registered voters. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean they're illegal aliens, but a lot of them are. And so we got a problem here. And this Moon Unit Randall, she's a Washington Congress member. Most people aren't even aware she's in Congress. Mm-hmm. And she got interviewed back in D.C. about New Jersey. So it's a little convoluted. But it's kind of like Colleen Melody, John. She was in the room when the trouble happened.
Well, yeah. So was the colonel with the candlestick. He was in the parlor. I'm supposed to ask you: is it true that you need to show ID in order to get extra servings of pasta at the Olive Garden?
That's right. So that's just an absurd thing we pointed out, that to qualify for the all-you-can-eat pasta at Olive Garden, they actually want to see an ID. But there's no ID required to register to vote. I mean, what the heck? Our elections ought to be at least as secure as the, bagged pasta at Olive Garden.
I'll say something. And then one minute here. You ready? Hit the big fanfare here. Ready? Walsh, if the millionaire's tax, if people don't vote yes, which is to get rid of the millionaire's tax, if this thing passes, this will light a fire under the DSA, under the Democratic Socialists of America. They will see this as an opportunity, like a beachhead, and they are coming for the state of Washington.
Fires aren't usually lit under the DSA. DSA lights fires in stores and restaurants and homes. So there.
Give him Walsh is on a roll today. There you go. Okay, took the long. But you see what's going to happen, Walsh. If they keep the millionaire's tax in place, they will suddenly go, hey, this is it. We've got a sign.
That may be what they say, but they're wrong, John.
I know they're wrong. It doesn't matter whether right or wrong. Whatever motivating them.
What do you mean? It doesn't matter whether they're right or wrong. Don't give up the ship like that. The truth matters.
I'm
John.
making the prediction that if it goes down to defeat, if the people say, yeah, you know what, we're okay with you taxing millionaires, they will see that as a sign, hey, let's move. That's my prediction.
We're not taxing millionaires, John. We're taxing everyone, and that's bad. Everyone is already too heavily taxed here. It's not a tax issue. It's a spending problem. It's a spending problem.
You and
fix the bad spending. You fix the taxes.
You sound like former Governor Gary Locke. Jim Walsh, thanks for your time.
I've been emulating Gary Locke my whole political career. No, he's come my direction.
Oh,
John.
that's what
he's
it is.
coming to us.
That's what it is. Loaded for bear, Jim Walsh. There he goes.
Jim Walsh won't let Washington.
Thank you, Jimmy. There he goes out the door. Get him out of here. Here comes Dave with traffic.
Lake Washington Windows and Doors has the update. Everett to Marysville, struggling this afternoon at 25 minutes. Pretty heavy volumes between 526 up to 528. Getting there from Seattle is going to take you 50 once you clear the Ship Canal Bridge, that is. And then it gets heavy near Lake City Way into Mount Lake Terrace. Just past 185th and Shoreline, we have a collision on your left shoulder. It isn't blocking, but it is causing this backup because drivers are slowing down at the scene. Otherwise, there aren't any blocking issues in this backup. Bellevue to Everett, an hour 5. We're slow from I-90 to 527 in Canyon Park, where we just cleared an earlier stall. Linwood to Seattle, 55 minutes. Bumper to bumper backup from North Gateway to I-90. North 5, bumper to bumper from the Michigan Curve to the Ship Canal Bridge. It's going to take you a half hour to get through this. And southbound 99, you're thick from the Aurora Bridge all the way down onto East Marginal Way. Now, some of this is Mariners traffic from our afternoon game, which ended about an hour ago. Some big, save big during July. Buy 3 windows or doors and get 1 free from Lake Washington Windows and Doors. Plus, make no payments for 12 months. Visit LakeWashingtonWindows.com. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
All right. I don't know if there's anyone out there over the age of 50. I can't imagine. Maybe listening to this show. But if you happen to be over the age of 50, you don't want to wear readers or glasses or contacts anymore, and you're concerned about a cataract, well, join the crowd, because a lot of people over the age of 50 don't want to wear those glasses. Because what happens is you start getting a whole drawer of glasses. You got them to see long distance and then up close, and your eyes are just a mess. And you've thought about an RLE, that's refractive lens exchange, but you're not quite sure who to go to. There's a couple of different doctors that do it. I'll tell you why I chose K2 Vision RLE. One, I went there and I saw the reviews online, and they're very similar to others. But the big one was when I met Dr. Kopstein, and he had done more than 100,000 of these procedures. And he said to me, listen, I'm not going to do this for you unless it's going to have a great result, I might tell you to come back in 10, 15, or 20 years. I'm like, he won't even be here in 20 years. Well, maybe he will. But the amazing thing was I didn't feel like he's just taking my money. He really wanted to have a great outcome. And I've got the best. 5 minutes in one eye, 5 on the other. Come back in there the next day. I got 20/20 vision. These are the guys to see. This is what you want to get done. K2VisionRLE.com. K2VisionRLE.com.
Choke Points with Chris Sullivan.
With Choke Points, we try to answer listeners' questions. It can be as simple as a neighborhood stop sign, or it can be as big as the budget for transportation. I don't care. I'll find the answer for you. It's really easy to get a hold of me at mynorthwest.com. We have a direct link there that gets right to me. You can also do it in the app. You can hit me up on the text line.
Choke Points, presented by Carter Subaru. Tuesdays and Thursdays on KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM.
George Thorogood and the Destroyers, the fattest show on earth, with the Robert Cray Band. August 6th, the Tulalip Amphitheater. Tickets on sale now at Tulalip and Quilcena One Club Desks or Ticketmaster.
This is Justin Shirley, CEO of State Roofing and Exteriors. Our summertime savings event means 0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest for up to 24 months, backed by our unbeatable warranties. Call 866-ROOF-ROOF or visit stateroofing.com today.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-330-8323 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-330-8323. That's 800-330-8323. What do you have to lose? Call 800-330-8323. Again, 800-330-8323.
Les Schwab Tires has been proudly serving communities for over 70 years, and we've collected thousands of inspiring stories. Like Kate, who was off on a long road trip with her best friend when the dash lit up like a game show. They find the nearest Les Schwab. Turns out they really needed an oil change. It was done in a flash. Road trip saved. At Les Schwab, we're proud to keep you rolling. Les Schwab Tires. Our greatest story is yours. Stories are composites inspired by real customer feedback.
Honey, did you invite the minions over?
Hello. Well, you know how we talked about getting Wi-Fi from Xfinity?
Yeah.
I ordered it this morning, was online in minutes, then they showed up.
So they just came over to use the Wi-Fi?
They even brought their own devices and spellbook.
You didn't give them the new Wi-Fi password, right?
No.
That's good.
I gave them our old one. Because Xfinity lets us keep the same network name and password so devices connect instantly.
What do they want Wi-Fi for anyways?
Better not to know. Plausible deniability.
Get streaming or scheming instantly with same-day Wi-Fi from Xfinity. Plus, lock in one price for the most reliable fiber-powered Wi-Fi for 5 years. Guaranteed. And see Minions and Monsters only in theaters. Xfinity. Imagine that. Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. Use of fiber coaxial cable. Learn more at xfinity.com/same-day Wi-Fi.
For 250 years, Americans have believed in one powerful idea, that we are meant to live free. Free to work hard, free to move, free to enjoy life without being held back. But if the natural effects of aging are slowing you down, it might be time to declare your independence from aging. John Curley here. Longevity Medical Clinic has been treating the undesirable effects of aging for nearly 30 years. They have more clinical experience with actual patient care than any longevity practice in the country. I've been a patient for 17 years. Wow, time flies when you got a lot of energy. I don't know where I'd be today without longevity. Longevity Medical Clinic was started so people can get back to living life on their own terms, walking, working, exercising, and enjoying the moments that matter most. This year, as we celebrate 250 years of American independence, take a stand for your own freedom. Get your free health analysis at Longevity Medical Clinic. Find out more at lmclinic.com.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon, I'm Tim Hall. Here's what's happening. Mount Rainier has now claimed 3 lives this year after a climber was killed in a rockfall over the weekend.
According to the Seattle Times, a total of 6 climbers in 2 separate parties were caught in that rockfall around 3:30 Sunday morning. This was at the 11,600-foot level on Disappointment Cleaver, which is one of North America's most popular guided climbing routes. In addition to the person who died, 3 others were hurt. Back in January, 2 climbers died in Rainier's Wilson Glacier area.
That's KIRO News Radio's Frank Lindsay. Newly released bus surveillance video shows the moment a passenger was shot on a King County Metro bus back on July 5th. Prosecutors say 36-year-old Rashad Mackey argued with riders about a missing cell phone, threatened to, quote, smoke everyone on the bus, according to passengers. Mackey then got off and fired back into the bus as it pulled away, hitting a man in the chest. Casey McNerthney with the King County Prosecutor's Office.
King County prosecutors charged him with assault in the first degree, with a firearm enhancement, and also unlawful gun possession in the first degree. What this means is it could be a third strike offense.
A fire that broke out early this morning at a Stella Jones warehouse just east of Arlington Airport is still smoldering. No injuries reported because of the use of 5 fire hydrants. The city of Arlington warning residents that tap water may be temporarily discolored and to avoid running water while sediment settles in the lines. A Vashon Island family is still searching for Brita, their 350-pound pet pig. The animal vanished last Friday from Julia Carlson's home. She tells the Jake and Spike Show on KIRO News Radio a fence was cut open and there were hoof prints and tire tracks near Brita's pen.
That leads me to believe that somebody led her into a trailer
and knew who she was and knew the stuff that she liked or knew the music that she liked, because pigs are very smart, and you're not moving a 350-pound animal if they don't want to move.
Carlson says a neighbor threatened to kill Brita earlier this year as part of a bigger dispute between neighbors. There have been several unconfirmed sightings of the big pig. The King County Sheriff's Office is investigating. Nikki Jones went to the Mariners game on Tuesday hoping to snag an Andres Munoz bobblehead. She got one, but she also got hit in the eye with a home run ball.
Pitch, Julio swinging a drive deep into the gap in left center field. This is going, and it is gone. Goodbye, baseball. Julio Rodriguez, arms spread wide.
She tells the Seattle Times she thought she was going to catch the ball, but it slipped through her fingers. The good news, nothing's broken. The even better news, Munoz, her favorite player, reached out on Instagram to make sure she's okay, and Julio sent her a signed ball that reads, "I'm sorry, get well soon." Mariners ended their homestand with a 5-3 loss to Cincinnati at T-Mobile Park this afternoon. They have a day off tomorrow ahead of a weekend series at the first-place Texas Rangers. It's 4:34. Let's get a real-time traffic update with Nate.
Subaru Puyallup got the update. Seattle to Everett plan on 50 minutes. It's an hour and 5 from Bellevue. Linwood to Seattle, just under an hour at 55 minutes. Bumper to bumper from North Gateway all the way down to I-90. North 5 is bumper to bumper from the Michigan Curve to the Ship Canal Bridge. Plan on a half hour to clear this. Southbound 99 is packed from the Aurora Bridge all the way down onto East Marginal Way. Again, some of this is Mariners traffic from that afternoon game. Bellevue to Renton on 405, a 35-minute trip. Jam-packed from 520 through Factoria. Tacoma to Olympia looking great at just 40 minutes. And out toward North Redmond, we have a collision that is shut down both directions of Avondale Road near Northeast 143rd Street. Drivers are being detoured to Bear Creek Road. People say the little things are why they choose Subaru of Puyallup. For all the little reasons, visit SubaruPuyallup.com, your stress-free dealership, part of the Harnish Auto family. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
Partly cloudy overnight tonight with a low of 65. Much cooler tomorrow with a chance of showers and maybe a thunderstorm and a high of 80 degrees. Seattle right now is 91. I'm Tim Hole, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
Start your day with solutions, not problems. KIRO 7 pinpoint weather and real-time traffic every 10 minutes. From storms to backups, whatever you run into, you'll be prepared. Stay up to the minute every 10 minutes. KIRO 7 pinpoint weather and real-time traffic only on KIRO 7 News in the Morning.
Thank you, Joe. I got a car, took it to Buc-ee's. Where's my car? My car's at Buc-ee's. Take that car to Buc-ee's. 16 locations, take it to Buc-ee's. What's your problem with it? Take that car to Buc-ee's. Well, it doesn't, Andrew, it's not going anywhere.
That
I can't
was
do
great.
anything. No, it's not. It doesn't go anywhere.
It just went
now
there.
It's changing key. Not key, but now here's the bridge. No, I can't. I can't do it. I can't do it. There's nothing written there. I can't do it. There's nothing to read. I can't read. There's nothing there. All right. Take that car to Buc-ee's. Ooh, it's getting back to it again. I'd take you out on a date, but I don't have a car. I'm running late. Took my car to Buc-ee's. Now it runs so great. I can't. I don't have it today. I'm all nervous about the first segment going wrong. I think I got too many pens in my hand.
Look, there's Jacob.
Buc-ee's Auto Service Centers with 60. 6 locations been around for 51 years. They're going to make 51 years at this point. Yeah. Family from New York decides they want to spend $600, I think, per ticket. I think they spend $600 per ticket. They go all in at Portland or down to Baltimore, Maryland. It's the mom, the dad, and they take the 8-year-old nephew. And I don't know. It just seems strange that they would bring their 8-year-old nephew to a Morgan Wallen concert.
A trip to a concert takes a bizarre twist.
Now, one staff member came up and asked if there was anything they could do to help us.
Grivaldi and his family, visiting from upstate New York, were in Baltimore Saturday at the stadium for a Morgan Wallen concert.
And that's the story, that no one came to ask them if they could do anything. No, there's more. I'm sorry, hang on. Cliffhanger there. What happened to them? There's 3 of them. What could possibly have happened?
Grivalden says they got to their seats. Then,
All right, they're at their seats. All right, so there's 3 of them. They're in the concert. They're at their seats.
at some point, a man behind them.
It's a man behind them. Don't forget, they're not the only ones at this concert. The guy behind them. What do you think happens? You have any idea, Andrew? There's 3 of them. There's a guy behind him. What do you think happens? Do you know? If you know the answer, then don't play along.
I don't know the answer, but I still don't know.
Spills his drink on their heads.
Spills drinks on head. Spill drink on head. So there's 3 of them. They're all. So it's a drink on the head. In a way, you're kind of right, Andrew.
I say trips and falls.
Trips and falls. Let's see. Here we go. So far, closest would be Nate.
Became confrontational. Moments later, Grivalden says it happened.
I literally feel something on my leg. My wife feels something on her leg. My niece is standing on the seats, instead of sitting on them. And my wife says, whatever that gentleman's doing is all over my leg. And at that point, I kind of seen him bend over out of the corner of my eye. So I turned to look. He has his genitalia hanging completely out.
All right.
And he's urinating all over the back of my seat, my wife's leg, my niece. And he's looking at me saying, it's good, bro, it's good. At that point, I kind of grabbed him, pushed him back, and said, what the F are you doing?
Grivalden says he looked for police officers. Grivalden unleashes on them when the officers tell him there's nothing they can do.
We cannot take him into custody.
And I'm not blaming you.
They told me that there was absolutely nothing they could do.
I kind of agree with the cops at this point. I'll explain why in a second.
There was no way that they could arrest this guy. They physically didn't see it, so they can't arrest him.
A concert for one fan ends on a sour note.
There is no accountability. I want justice for my 8-year-old niece. That's the bottom line.
Yeah. All right. That guy had some whiskey glasses on, didn't he?
I'm gonna need some whiskey glasses.
I need a paper towel. Clean this stuff off the back of my calf, and what about my knees?
Yeah, I'm gonna need some whiskey glasses if I'm gonna make it through.
Don't want to look at your genitalia. Tell the police that did this and arrest you. Whiskey glasses. Here's why they couldn't arrest him. It's known as an in-presence rule. The cops for a misdemeanor, they must see it happen. For felonies, they don't. They can do probable cause. But in this case, they'd have to see the guy do it in order to get him on that one. If they will arrest them, if they look at footage like shoplifting or something, a misdemeanor shoplifting, you look at the video, they're like, okay, they can see that. But in this case, they didn't see it happen. They got the report of the thing. But apparently now, somebody are so upset about it. It's made big news story, although we didn't do anything here. That's why Andrew and Nate didn't know about it. But everybody else is going all over him. So they're like, okay, all right, fine, we'll go get the guy. So they're going to go get him. They're going to arrest him, and they're going to bring him in. He was obviously drunk and disorderly. He's just drunk in public. He would not just do that if you weren't completely intoxicated.
Fair.
Even though he said, it's okay, bro.
We're good, bro.
Yeah, we're good.
We've been talking about this all afternoon.
Who has?
You and I have.
I have not.
In short little bursts. And every time you come up with a new reason to defend this guy. The first time he said, oh, it was an accident. It was just an accident. Like peeing in public in the stands at a
No, I didn't say it was an accident.
Yes, you did. You said exactly that. Then you come back.
Not an accident.
Then you come back.
An accident, yes. But when people go to the bathroom in their pants, they say, oh, did you have an accident, sweetie?
See, and now you've got technicalities we can add to the list. Oh, well, legally, there's nothing the cops can do.
That is all true.
And you also...
I think the accident thing I'd like to...
Okay, well, here's the other defense you provided for this guy. Who brings an 8-year-old to a Morgan Wallen concert?
That is true. I got him there.
Is this your cousin?
Got him
Do you
there.
know this guy?
It doesn't matter. I'm gonna take... So he's got some answering to do as to why his nephew's there, whatever.
Right.
8-year-old.
Is this how you must have peed? Is this something you've done before?
Not something I've done a lot.
You're going to bat for this guy.
No, I have. I don't want to bring Nate, James Lynch in here again to go over the prostate lecture that he gave us yesterday. Look, the guy was probably really, really drunk. The concert had just started. He had been there early. It was hot. He just... Maybe he couldn't get out. Here's a nice thing. He's one of those guys that didn't want to bother anybody. Excuse me. People just stand up. Oh, just coming through. I got to come through there. And maybe he had gone through a couple of times, and they're giving him the stink eye, like, oh, you again? And at that point, he's like, I'm just better off just letting it go right here.
Okay.
Yeah, I've got an enlarged prostate. They say it's medium to large.
This show is out of control. Here comes Nate checking traffic. Nate on.
This is brought to you by South Sound Magazine. Everett to Marysville, a 25-minute drive, about a 10-minute delay. It is solid from 526 up to 528. And then northbound 529 is bumper to bumper between Everett and Marysville. South 5 into Seattle, it is thick from Northgate to I-90. We finally cleared that stall near Mercer, so that's going to open up a lane for you. It's already down from 55 to 45 minutes from Linwood. North 5 is stacked up at the Michigan Curve to the Ship Canal Bridge. Crossing the lake from Bellevue to Seattle, westbound 520. It is solid from 84th to I-5. Westbound 90 is crowded from, we'll call it Island Crest Way over to I-5. You're close to the speed limit once you hit the lake bridge. And again, a reminder out toward North Redmond, a collision is shut down both directions of Avondale Road and Northeast 143rd. Drivers are being detoured to Bear Creek Road. No estimated time when this is going to reopen. Discover the people, places, homes, and style that make the South Sound shine. South Sound Magazine. Subscribe at southsoundmag.com. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
Dear Ursula, I have a group of friends who have bonded over...
Hi, I'm Ursula Boytine from the G and Ursula Show, and I'm launching a new podcast called Ask Ursula. This is your space. Real life, real questions, whether it's about family, friendships, love, and yes, even the fun stuff like travel and finding your signature scent. Hit me up and ask your questions at mynorthwest.com/Ursula. I look forward to connecting with you.
At mynorthwest.com and the G and Ursula YouTube channel.
Hey, it's Jason Rantz here again with Greg Nunn from Nunn Better Tax Resolution. Greg, there are some folks getting CP 504 notices. This is not something that should be ignored. You need a professional.
When you receive a CP 504 notice, alarm bells need to go off. And as much as you just want to push that envelope aside, because they know it's not going to be good. And it's not a very good notice to get because it means the IRS is really coming down on you hard. Get help right away. Call somebody that knows what they're doing and get some assistance.
How have you helped?
We help them by understanding exactly where they're at. We interview them, we talk with them, find out. We'd like to know, how did you get here? And then we make a plan whereby we do our level best to help people with this struggle they are having now with their taxes.
Judgment-free.
Judgment-free.
If you're having trouble with the IRS, call Greg Nunn with Nunn Better Tax Resolution, 425-947-1967, or Google NUNN, Nunn Better Tax Resolution.
From the people who brought you It's the Dog Park comes.
Your dog is limping, but she seems fine. Plus, you've heard they can fake it just to get what they want. So what's the deal now? You're being gaslit.
Protect your dog from injury and illness with Progressive Pet Insurance.
Oh, now she switched legs. What a diva.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Not available in all states or situations. Coverage subject to policy terms.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Summer's finally here, and we're kicking it off with a whole lot of free. Free brake pads with Duralast rotors. Free oil filter with 5 quarts of oil. Free Armor All wipes with Armor All glass cleaner, and more. More free, so you can have more summer. Celebrate free at AutoZone. Now through July 27th. Restrictions apply.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
The IRS finally caught up with Louie.
I hadn't paid my taxes in 8 years. I owed the IRS a lot of money.
Louie was in deep trouble.
We're going to take your house, put a lien on your bank account, garnish your pay. They don't care. They're going to take your paycheck.
Louie found out about Optima Tax Relief, the leading tax resolution firm. A-plus rated by the Better Business Bureau, they've resolved over $3 billion for their clients.
Optima Tax, they helped me. They calmed me down. They made me feel comfortable, and I trust them.
Louie has a lot to be thankful for.
I don't owe the IRS anymore, and I'm able to live a comfortable life, a lot better life. It was because of Optima Tax.
For tax help you can trust, call Optima now for a free consultation. Take it from Louie.
If you owe the IRS, don't go it alone. Give Optima Tax a call. They can help you.
Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Testimonial from an actual client. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Hartley Wilcox here. For over 100 years, my family has been committed to doing what's right. We believe food should be honest and wholesome. At Wilcox Farms, that starts with caring for our hens. They roam healthy pastures and enjoy a diet of organic grains and flaxseed. Why does that matter? Because what hens eat determines the quality of the eggs you eat. Our nature-first approach means vibrant golden yolks, richer flavor, and higher omega-3s for your family's health. When you choose Wilcox, you're not just buying eggs. You're supporting a farm that values animal welfare, sustainability, and community. It's real nutrition, real care, and real value. So next time you're at the egg case, look for Wilcox Family Farms eggs. Taste the difference that starts with what our hens eat. Wilcox Family Farms, locally fresh since 1909.
With Progressive's Name Your Price tool, you can choose the best coverage option for you. Because you know you. Like, you know that hiking isn't for you. Sure, it sounds nice to be in nature while exercising, but that's what a gym and houseplants are for. I mean, you don't even like walking upstairs. So why would you walk up a hill for miles? To what, end up high in the air? Come on, you know you're scared of heights. Only you know you. So get coverage options within your budget with Progressive's Name Your Price tool. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
When you see this in your kitchen,
The stainless steel fridge is covered in fingerprints.
you hear this.
Leslie, people are going to think you were raised in a barn or by wolves, or raised in a barn by wolves.
Fortunately, Wyman Stainless Steel 3-in-1 cleans, shines, and protects to give you the best shine. A spray and a wipe will have your fridge shining like a mirror.
Wow, my fridge looks brand new. Your fridge looks amazing, Leslie. Sorry, I was being a little dramatic earlier.
Your kitchen says a lot about you. Let it brag with Wyman.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Call 877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation is super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now or go to carsforkids.org.
7 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
Your VA loan and reverse mortgage experts for 34 years. Best Mortgage is proud to be the longest running mortgage company on KIRO Radio. Get a no-pressure consultation from a real person, never an AI bot. Web search Best Mortgage for honest advice you can trust.
He stared at me and smiled a lot, and it was really creepy. Police moved in on this one. Sure, they don't arrest the guy that whizzed on people, but this poor guy just trying to enjoy the invisible rope, eating an apple, and trying to get out of a box. Boston man facing criminal charges after 3 women file reports against him.
Courtroom collapse. A man passes out during his arraignment today.
I'd do that too if I were that guy. Just kind of make people feel sorry for you.
Yeah. Police say the suspect has been dressed as a mime and terrorizing women in Natick. 3 DCR workers have filed complaints. It's video and a story you'll see only on Boston 25.
Or hear it here on KIRO Radio where we stole it from you.
Hundreds of people on social media say they've seen this character on a walking trail.
Lux, arrested by Massachusetts State Police Sunday night, appearing in Framingham District Court Monday morning. As Framingham District Court Supervisor Andrew Mange reads the facts of the case against Hernan Villagran Lux, the defendant passes out in the courtroom.
It's part of his act. He's acting like he can't breathe or something. They're not going to put him in jail. They're just going to put him in an invisible box. Okay, here it is. Sorry.
Court documents show he repeatedly harassed 3 young female DCR workers at the Coquitchuit State Park.
The women report an extensive number of contacts with the defendant involving him staring at them.
Throw the book at this guy.
Smiling and
smiling and staring. Suddenly that's illegal.
What they describe as, I'll quote, a really unnerving and frankly terrifying manner.
According to Mann.
What? The guy was staring at them and smiling, not doing anything else. He's a mime, so whatever. He's just hands. In costume. He could be anything he might be. Yeah, right. He'd be pulling on a rope, like an imaginary rope, not any rope that he's associated with directly. Yeah, but just looking at him and smiling, so then they arrest him.
One of the women reported more than 50 encounters with him. Situations they say became increasingly bold and invasive. Mange describing one situation where he
stripped down to his underwear, slathered cooking oil all over his body, and began working out right by their staff area.
At the park. Call that a Thursday.
And many incidents where the defendant refused to leave the park. A number of people who live in the area say they've seen him walking before.
I spotted him. He looked kind of odd, but I thought he was just dressed in a costume.
I just don't understand, what goes through someone's head to do that.
They say the rail trail is typically a safe area.
I think this is a nothing story.
I agree.
Yeah, he's weird. Why don't we arrest the people that are walking around the streets of Seattle? It's 95 degrees out, and they've got a COVID mask on, right? Why not arrest them? They're weird. That's weird. There's no reason for that. This guy is walking around with big weird mime. I'm sorry. As a fellow mime, and I was one summer, I have to recuse myself from this story.
Fair.
Yeah.
That's big of you.
Yeah, thank you. Miming does not work on radio. Note to self. Here's Nate checking traffic.
This one brought to us by Subaru of Puyallup. South 5 into Seattle. It is thick from Northgate all the way to I-90. It's 45 minutes from Linwood in the downtown. North 5, we're struggling from the Michigan Curve to the Ship Canal Bridge. Plan on a half hour to get through this. Coming out of West Seattle, eastbound, we're packed at mid-span on the bridge all the way over to I-5. Southbound 99, it is bumper to bumper from the Aurora Bridge onto East Marginal Way. Northbound 99, packed from the West Seattle Bridge up to South Lake Union. Seattle to Everett, we just hit 1 hour, and it is thick from Lake City Way up to 145th and Shoreline. We may have a new blocking issue there because traffic really jams up there. And then it clears out until you get into Linwood, more slowing through Linwood into Mill Creek. Bellevue to Everett, 1 hour, pretty solid now between Bellevue and Alderwood. Got a little clearing between 527 and Damson Road. Seattle to Federal Way at 40 minutes with your usual backup starting at the Duwamish Curve. People say the little things are why they choose Subaru of Puyallup. For all the little reasons, visit SubaruofPuyallup.com, your stress-free dealership, part of the Harnish Auto family. KIRO Newsradio real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
My hip was so bad, and I hadn't been able to run in like 5 years, and I finally said, well, I'm going to go see this orthopod. He's like, well, let's get you a new hip. Got to wait a little while, and we'll get it for you and explain to me the whole thing. Well, I'll have you up and walking 45 minutes, and it's going to be great. I could think of really, I just feel so young. Really get a whole hip replacement. Well, we're going to wait for it to get a little worse, and then we'll replace, and we'll get it in there for it. I said, I got to deal with the pain. I'm sorry. I want to be able to run again. I want to be able to not have pain while I'm sitting in an airplane or something. I just don't want this hip to bother me anymore. So I started doing some research, and I found the guy, the man himself, Dr. Mark Wagner, MD. At Seattle Sports and Regenerative Medicine, you'll notice immediately when you go to his office right there in Seattle, just the professionalism. And by the way, I might mention the number of jerseys from famous athletes that are all over the wall because they're also patients of Dr. Wagner. You realize immediately you are in the right place. He's done more than 20,000 stem cell procedures. So if you've got a bad elbow, ankle, wrist, knee, whatever it is, before surgery, it's drmarkwagnermd.com. That's drmarkwagnermd.com.
Jane is a small business owner.
That's right.
And tell them what that's like, Jane.
Yeah, well, it's like a roller coaster with a lot of ups and downs, and some days things can feel like they're flying off the rails.
Yep, it's a lot. But the Total Solutions Advantage only from Comcast Business can help you manage it all. With the largest, fastest fiber-powered network designed for 100% reliability with business internet and wireless connect. Plus gig speeds with security and equipment included. All with a 5-year price lock.
Nice. So everything stays on track.
Exactly. The Total Solutions Advantage. Get started for just $60 a month for 12 months when you add wireless connect to a qualifying internet package. No one does business like Comcast Business.
Limited time offer. Restrictions apply. New customers only. 1-year agreement, paperless billing, and automatic payments with bank account required. $60 offer requires 300 meg internet, security edge, and additional qualifying service. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra.
How would you like to invest in the Seattle real estate market, one of the hottest and most stable regions in the country, and achieve a great rate of return on your investment without the effort of sourcing a deal, the expense and time of building permits, or all the hassles that come with being a landlord? Hi, I'm Scott Rirucka, CEO of Legacy Group Capital in Bellevue. Legacy Group Capital develops local real estate, lends money, and shares the profits with our investors. Diversify with Legacy Group Capital. Invest into our Northwest Fund, which is currently delivering 9% on a fixed rate term. It's our flagship fund for 19 years with zero investor losses. And yes, we do accept IRAs. Find out why 1,300 local investors have invested over $350 million.
Invest in the stability and ease of Legacy Group Capital's Northwest Fund. Legacy Group Capital at legacyg.com. This is not investment advice. Investments available to accredited investors only. Details at legacyg.com.
Did you know that 4,000 women are diagnosed with breast cancer every year in Washington state? I'm Dr. Suzette Miranda with Northwest Hope and Healing. We provide financial support for breast and gynecologic cancer patients in our community. Join us at Life in Color, a summer brunch, auction, and fashion show on August 23rd at the Somme Hotel in Woodinville for an unforgettable afternoon of inspiration. Get your tickets now for Life in Color on August 23rd at nwhopeandhealing.org. That's nwhopeandhealing.org.
Les Schwab Tires has always believed that taking care of people is the right thing to do. Today, that means more than trusted service. It means delivering real value, too. That's why we're lowering prices on hundreds of tires without changing the service and expertise you've always counted on. Consumer Reports named Les Schwab the best tire retailer for 2026. We'll keep working every day to earn your trust. See leschwab.com for details.
Get any size high-efficiency AC for just $179.99 a month with zero upfront costs. CM Heating's Comfort as a Service includes lifetime repairs and annual maintenance at no extra charge. Book your free estimate at cmheating.com today.
License number CMHEAHL 751LW.
Your best source for local news. KIRO Newsradio. KIRO FM and HD1. Tacoma, Seattle. Northwest News.
ABC News, I'm Mike Dubusky. Tropical storm Bertha is weakening as it moves west across Louisiana after it made landfall earlier this afternoon. Governor Jeff Landry says the storm isn't the worst they've seen, but it still should be taken seriously.
It doesn't take a major hurricane to do major damage in communities in Louisiana. So today's forecast is encouraging, but it doesn't mean that we should be complacent.
President Trump was at Dover Air Force Base to attend the dignified transfer of those 4 U.S. service members killed in the Middle East last week.
Oh, it's very tough to watch, to be honest with you. Very tough. I think it's the toughest thing I do. If anything I do all this stuff, but I think it's the toughest thing I do.
Trump also used the event to defend the war in Iran, claiming that all of the fallen soldiers had echoed his war claims. Right now, the U.S. military is launching its 12th straight night of attacks on Iranian targets. This is ABC News. A beloved bald eagle from Big Bear, California, is in the fight of her life. ABC's Alex Stone has the story.
A bald eagle named Jackie became an online sensation, along with her partner Shadow, as a live webcam has for years caught their nest activities, laying eggs and raising their baby bald eagles. But Jackie disappeared from the nest recently, leaving Shadow with their newest babies. She was found struggling in some water. Experts say she had been in a fight with other eagles. Jackie is at a rescue center now where her condition is said to be critical. The center says she has anemia and inflammation impacting her kidneys. Alex Stone, ABC News, Los Angeles.
And an unusual public science project in Warsaw, Poland. Volunteers armed with chisels and brushes are working in the city's science center to chip away at a rock encasing the bones of a massive prehistoric amphibian. Mike Dubusky, ABC News.
It's 5:02, a warning about playing it safe on the water after a kayaker drowns in Puget Sound. More on that story coming up. First, here's Nate with real-time traffic.
Thank you. The Wilcox Farms has the update. Everett to Marysville, 25 minutes, about a 10-minute delay this afternoon. We've got heavy backups from 526 to 528, and northbound 529. It remains bumper to bumper between Everett and Marysville. In fact, the backup starts on Broadway. Seattle to Everett and Bellevue to Everett are both going to take you a 1 hour. I-5 is thick from Lake City Way into Shore shoreline. Catch a little breather and then more slowing between Linwood and Mill Creek. And then 405, you're pretty solid between Bellevue and Alderwood. A little clearing after 5270 Canyon Park up to Damson Road. Into Seattle, South 5, thick from Northgate to I-90. It's 45 minutes from Linwood. North 5, bumper to bumper from the Michigan Curve to the Ship Canal Bridge. Half hour to get through this. Southbound 99 is really struggling. It is packed from the Aurora Bridge all the way onto East Marginal Way. And northbound 99 is heavy from the West Seattle Bridge up to South Lake Union. Renton to Puyallup, 45 minutes. And in North Redmond, that collision has cleared on Avondale Road near Northeast 143rd. All lanes have reopened. For a convenient, healthy snack on the go, look for ready-to-eat Wilcox hard-boiled eggs. Find Wilcox eggs at Costco, Metro Market, Safeway, and other local grocers. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
It's 5:03. Good evening. I'm Tim Hole. Here's what's happening. Water safety experts urging extra caution as hot weather sends more people to lakes, rivers, and the Puget Sound. Kayla Lafferty with Seattle Fire tells KIRO 7, don't hesitate to call 911 if someone is missing or falls into the water accidentally.
If there's anything that you're feeling concerned about that warrants a 911 call, just do it. Don't hesitate. Every second that goes by, increases the risk of, say, for example, someone's underwater.
It's also important to wear a properly fitted life jacket, avoid alcohol, and never swim alone. A kayaker who drowned in Puget Sound near Dash Point Park yesterday failed to heed that advice.
There was not a life jacket on board, and we really just want to encourage people to have life jackets with them when they do choose to go out into the water like this.
That's Pierce County Sheriff's Deputy Carly Capetto. Witnesses heard the man in his 60s yelling for help about 100 yards offshore. A paddleboarder reached him, but he was unresponsive. Crews report CPR for more than 40 minutes before he was pronounced dead. As we sweat it out today, a reminder for Washington renters under a new state law that took effect in June. Landlords cannot prohibit or restrict tenants from installing a portable air conditioning unit. Democratic State Senator Vandana Slatter sponsored that bill earlier this year.
Extreme heat is not just a nuisance. It's a mass casualty health emergency now.
The law also covers window-mounted units, which landlords do have a right to inspect after installation. Questions are mounting over missing audio in the Clark County Sheriff's probe of motorist Mark Fogel's death in May of last year. Fogel was in an interview room for a DUI test when he allegedly tried to take the deputy's gun, and the deputy fatally stabbed him 17 times. Family attorney Mark Lindquist says deputies systemically muted their body cams after Deputy Bryson Layton killed Fogel. Lindquist argues the practice violates department policy and undermines transparency promised by body-worn cameras.
The mute button exists for the limited purpose of muting confidential intelligence or tactical information. It does not exist to hide evidence.
The Clark County Sheriff's Office says it is reviewing the issue. Seattle Mayor Katie Wilson's press secretary is leaving City Hall after less than 7 months on the job, according to Publicola. The mayor's office says Sage Wilson's departure was planned as part of the reshaping of her leadership team. A seal pup has prompted the closure of Tacoma's Old Town Dock on Ruston Way. Parks Tacoma closed the dock to protect the pup while wildlife officials determine whether its mother returns. People asked to stay at least 100 yards away and keep dogs on their leashes. Former Seattle Supersonics broadcaster Kevin Calabro is leaving the Portland Trailblazers after contract talks fell through. Calabro, who called Sonics games for 2 decades, says he still wants to broadcast after 10 years as play-by-play voice of the Blazers. 5:06 now, your forecast, partly cloudy and warm overnight, 65 for the low, then sun and clouds mixed with a chance of thunderstorms on Thursday, much cooler with a high of 80. 91 right now in Seattle. I'm Tim Hole, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with a KIRO News Radio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
Hey everybody, it's Sue Bell.
Oh, good.
I'm in Palm Beach, and I'm extra excited today
I am
because
too,
we are
then.
going to be doing some filming for television. Oh.
Television. Sounds like my dad's old girlfriend, Lola. What's wrong? Joe's upset. Oh, because you gave him, there's a cut he wanted you to play. You didn't play it.
I tell you,
It was a minute long.
I
Every
tell-
time.
I just got through explaining.
Just press the buttons. Just press the buttons. We don't want
That's
anybody in
what
there
I'm doing.
thinking. We don't need you to think.
Want me to play the entire minute?
No,
drop
now
here?
it's
No,
ruined.
it's
No, it's
ruined.
ruined. You ruined it.
It's
Ruined it.
Nope. It's
Ruined it.
ruined.
Put yourself on the board.
For what?
You're not playing the thing. You know what's
Insubordination.
this is why socialism and communism falls apart. Someone has to be in charge. Someone has to be responsible. So if someone decides to put a fake doctor on the air,
That's right.
then someone has to take the fall for that.
Socialism failing to work as it always does.
It's not going to be me. I'm not going down the ship. No way. All right. Oh, here it is. There's the show. This is Danny Westein's got this piece. The old guard Washington Democrats staged an intervention as the party tracks to the left. Yeah, no kidding. Woo-bah. Danny basically saying, isn't it interesting that Gary Locke came out the other day? I'm sure everybody's been playing the heck out of this thing, but former Governor Gary Locke.
There's no budget discipline. They're taking one-time money and creating permanent programs without any thought as to how are they going to sustain that.
Locke was pretty good about running a pretty tight ship. He did have at one point about a $1.3 or $8 billion little deficit, but he did a good job of keeping everything in line. Far better than the other folks that have gotten in place.
Program when that one-time money goes away.
Yeah, one-time money. So he was talking about all of the lockdown money, the billions and billions of dollars that were released to the states. It's over $1 trillion some dollars. Just flood the states with just a bunch of garbage money. There were states that were taking that money and they go, well, it can be used if it's in some way to increase the health benefits of the. And they built like a golf course or something. Remember that? And then a water slide. What do we want over here? It was a ski slope. Tell me they built a ski slope. Just the federal government printed the money, drove inflation to historic highs, and then it goes to the states, and the states are like, ooh, look at all of this money. What are we going to do with all this money? Let's figure out what we can do. And then they attach a budget line to it, and then poof, it disappears. That's what happened in 2020, 2021, especially in the Seattle School District. Look at all the extra money they've given us. We don't have to educate because we haven't educated them anyway, but we're not educating them now. We got all this extra money. Let's give all these teachers a pay raise. And then the money ran out, and they're like, what now?
Or they're borrowing money from various accounts and not knowing how they're going to pay that back and then how they're going to sustain that program that they borrowed the money for if and when they return that money back to the original fund. So I think spending is out of control in Olympia. They need much more discipline. They need to set priorities. And when they say that they're going to create a program and they ask the voters to approve of that particular program, they need to make sure that they don't take that money a few years later and spend it on something else.
Yeah, like what? Okay, the marijuana money, the lottery money. I think a piece I just saw from the Washington Policy Center, they grabbed some money from somewhere else. I think it was yesterday they found it and slipped it into the general fund. They did this with, I think, the CCA. Remember that, the Climate Commitment Act. We were lied to by people that put if we don't get the money for the CCA, then we're not going to be able. It's going to blow a giant hole in our roads budget. Yeah,
because then the voters lose faith, whether it's with their city government, county government, or state government. Well, already they've committed that source of money to various programs, but they're already facing a budget deficit 2 years from now. So what's going on? They say that this was necessary to balance the budget. But even with that money, they're facing a deficit. And will they even be able to use that money for the programs that they've promised the voters?
No, and it just keeps getting bigger and bigger. We talked to Steve Gordon yesterday, who's with Future 42, and I said to him, was it off the air? I asked him, I think off the air, who got Gary Locke to come off the sidelines and say this stuff? He said, I don't know, maybe he did it entirely on his own, which is even that much more dramatic for everybody. Christine Gregoire made this speech, I think it was a couple of weeks ago, right? She was talking about this a couple of months ago, talking about the budget. She said that it's out of control, how lawmakers have never owned it. Oh, I like this one. Here we go.
How many people in either of the Democratic caucuses have come from a business past?
This is former Governor Christine Gregoire.
So if you haven't come from it, you don't know it, you don't understand it, and therefore, to me, we all collectively, and Chris and I have talked a lot about this, have to educate from the outside in. We have to explain things like sales tax on services you thought was a nice attack on big business. And here are the small businesses that have been tremendously adversely impacted.
You know what's really amazing? And I don't mean to beat up on Katie Wilson. When I asked her the thing about the corporate tax, right? And I've beaten the hell out of this dead horse. But when I asked her about who pays the corporations pay, no corporation, isn't it amazing? And if you have a conversation with a lawmaker, ask them a couple. That's the killer question. When they say and even if it's a Republican, I don't care. Corporations pay taxes, and when they say yes, you then ask, well, who writes the check? What flesh and blood individual has their hand on the button, either to transfer the funds from the bank or on a pen going across a check? Who is that? Who is that? And if they can't answer that, you're like, gee whiz. I mean, that's basic. And this is what Christine's saying.
As well as the customers.
Do you think majority leaders understand, do you think our legislature understands the impact of the policy environment as it relates to the economy?
No.
Boom! It would be like having your dog drive a car. Honestly. Yeah. Or a monkey. Let the monkey drive the car. The monkey figure out, like, okay, I got hands on the wheel here. Maybe the other monkey's running the brakes and the gas. But they don't understand it. Like, if you don't say to them, well, that business, they're making so much money. I've heard people here work on KIRO radios. Oh, they're making like $5 million. That's the top line revenue. Then what? Well, then I got to pay my employees. That's your biggest expense. Then I've got cost of goods. Then I've got utilities. Then I've got my landlord. I've got all of that. Plus, by the way, off the top number is going to come B&O tax. And then it comes all the way down. And if you're smart, you have a BS book. There's one book you show the IRS, and there's the other real book. And the real book shows you what's really. The BS book has got, marketing, additional office supplies. By the way, my kid works for me, so he works in media or tech. So you slam every GD expense you can at that line. Keep going. Whack it away at it. Whack, 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 whack. So you get all the way down to the bottom. You're like, all right, I'm done. That's all the profit I have. Now go ahead, Uncle Sam. Do me up. And then he comes in and takes part of it, right? But they don't understand, like, the top line means nothing. It's the bottom. And then you say, well, what are the margins? Oh, it made $5 million. I know, but after you took all the expenses off, how much money was left? And the number I always do, I had a friend of mine the other day go, we're making $3 million. And I go, okay. So I walked him through it. I know I was the most annoying guy there talking to him. I said, can I run some numbers with you real fast? And I all of a sudden I turned into my father. And I go, so it's $3 million. What's this? I asked, check, all the way through. And I asked the killer question. How many hours a week do you work? And he said, God, my wife and I, we probably have like 85 hours in there. And I said, ooh, you're not going to like this. Not going to like this. I'm going to take the last number you gave me. You ready? And I'm going to divide that by 85 hours. And are you ready? Here comes how much money you're making an hour. He goes, I don't look at it that way. I run my own business. I said, you kidding me? You don't own a business. You have bought yourself a job. That's what you have. And here's the number. It's $14. You're making $14 an hour. And he's like, oh, yeah, but it's my own business. Quit. Sell it. Go get something else. Yeah, but I like to have the power and the control of my own business. I said, but it's $14. That's it. Is your hour, is that what your hour is worth? 14? You got all the money at the top, all the way down the bottom. The government takes all this from you. And at the end, I guess if it means something to you to be able to say, well, I have my own business, there you go. You don't have a business. You bought yourself a job. Right? And it's really interesting. And I only know this from living with my dad, who used to beat the hell out of me on this sort of stuff. And when you talk to these lawmakers, they don't understand it. They don't get it. I get a laugh out of that.
I really don't. As evidenced by, you mentioned the estate tax.
Oh, my God.
I argued to some folks about the estate tax. We were the highest in the country, tied with Hawaii at 20th.
This is your former governor, Christine Gregoire.
20%. We went to 35. We're not just the highest. We're beyond the highest. And I said, now, you understand the consequences of this. Can I see your fiscal note? Because I'd like to help it. Because here's what you can expect. Those people are not homeless. They will not pay. They're leaving. When they leave, they stop paying cap gains. When they leave,
when they leave, they take the cap gains with them. They take their business with them. They take it away. I think, and Joe, do you get the sense that the people that were saying, well, we see no evidence of people leaving, do you think they're starting to see people leaving?
Unless they're lying to themselves. I mean, absolutely.
I have to believe that they now see this. Because these are old. This is Jamie Peterson from probably, 6 months ago?
I don't think that there's going to be any
this guy that runs the Senate.
Significant change in taxpayer location as a result of the passage of the tax.
Yeah, Representative Tim Orsby.
The idea that we have capital flight.
We got to call one of these people and ask them.
I have not seen any evidence of that whatsoever.
No, again, giving them the benefit of the doubt because it was 6 months ago. But once the word spread and people realized, holy moly, they're coming after me. Natasha Hill.
There's a myth floating around today and yesterday that capital will leave Washington. This whole concept of capital flight.
Mm-hmm. Here's a perfect example of it. This is from 2022. New York Governor Kathy Hochul. The rich were threatening to leave New York, right? Because they didn't like what was happening with the taxes.
Just jump on a bus and head down to Florida where you belong, okay?
Hey, she throws this in there. She's so tough. Like, you just head on down there. Watch
where you
this.
belong, okay? Get up.
Yeah, you can get on a bus because you belong down there. Because she drives the knife in on this one.
Out of town. Get out of town. Because you don't represent our values. You are not New Yorkers.
Yeah. Oh, you're not New Yorkers. What the hell does that mean? Right? And then, this was 6 months ago. Yep. Listen to this. Because then they looked around. They're like, oh, no.
I need people who are high net worth to support the generous social programs that we want to have in our state.
Why?
But maybe the first step should be go down to Palm Beach and see who you can bring back home. Because our tax base has been eroded. So I have to look at the fact that we are in competition with other states who have less of a tax burden on their corporations and their individuals. You know, Wall Street businesses looking at Texas, they're not going there because they have a nice...
Oh, there was a joke in there. You just say with a joke. Hang on. Get the rim shot ready there, Andrew.
They're not going there because they have a nicer governor. I know that for sure. But they're going there because of the tax rate. We have to be smart about this.
It's Sue Val in Palm Beach.
Yeah, that's where Sue is down there. Isn't that crazy that she would be? I guess she doesn't remember, but the internet never forgets. Nope. Yeah. Oh, see you later, sweetheart. Why don't you go down there with the rest of those people? Go to Booger Raton. Bye. Bye-bye. Like, they leave. When they did the millionaire's tax in France, they just bolted. Mick Jagger talked all about it. He's like, I'm out of here. They left. They leave. It's the same way. Think about it this way. You drive down the road. One store is 2 miles from your house. Another store is 10 miles from your house. But the store that's 10 miles from your house has something you want to buy. And you save $5 by going to that store. So you go $5. You're going to go 10 miles away to save $5. Now, what are you spending in gas? People don't even think about that. But it's like, I'm going there. So you go past the one place to go to the other place. Why? To save yourself some money. People will make efforts to save themselves some money. And if they've got big money, they go. And they will go. And it's not that they don't want to pay. It's that they don't trust you, and they see the size of the deficit. They see what you have already created for yourself. And as far as they're concerned, they want nothing to do with you. It would be like horrible people trying to build something, and you come by to help out. You get, hey, I'll get a hammer. And you see them slamming stuff together. You go, I want nothing to do with this. I don't respect you. I don't trust you. I don't believe that you have the best interest of the taxpayers in mind. I don't know who you're serving, but I don't want to be a party of this. So I will leave. And that's why they go. And they are leaving. So whether Jamie Peterson now sees it or whether Natasha Hill realizes...
There's a myth floating around.
It ain't a myth. They're gone. And if they're not gone now, they're leaving. Why? Because they don't trust you. And they don't want to continue to be a party to what you're doing in the state of Washington. Just like Governor Gary Locke has said, and we've heard from Christine Gregoire, they know. They were in there. They've seen the budgets. They know how this stuff works.
And they were Democrats.
Right. And that's what Danny Westney said. They better get their act together. And I said to Jim Walsh, if this thing fails, if people don't vote yes on this, the getting rid of the millionaire's tax, the Democratic Socialists of America, the DSA, will see that this is prime picking. They're like, oh boy, the people are okay with taking people's money and redistributing it for other people. And I don't care.
Right? You talk about giving everybody something free, and all of a sudden there's no food to eat.
Yeah.
Hello. Anyway, 0-2.
Yep. I'm going to be just living in my little pumpkin farm.
How's that doing?
Oh, such pressure. Kevin gave me that pumpkin seed. He drives all the way up. He's got the code to the gate so he can go into the property. He walks around, looks at it, and comes back, and then takes video and sends me instructions.
Pumpkin.
It would be like if he dropped off his 7-year-old kid for me to take care of. I'm like, the pressure.
At least he's checking on it.
Oh, God. Such pressure. All right. Here comes Nate, checking traffic. Nathan.
Thanks, John. Seattle Sports has the update. Everett to Marysville, we've improved to 15 minutes. It is still solid between 526 and 528, but we're thinning out. Northbound 529, however, is still bumper to bumper between Everett and Marysville. Heading into Seattle from the north end, South 5 still jams up from Northgate to I-90, back up to 55 minutes from Linwood. A little more slowing in Linwood to get through now. Southbound 99 is bumper to bumper from the Aurora Bridge past the stadiums. Northbound I-5, bumper to bumper from the Michigan Curve to the Ship Canal Bridge. Still about 25-30 minutes to get through this. Westbound 520, we're backed up from 84th all the way to I-5. That is a hefty backup. We just cleared a crash near Montlake, so that opens up a lane for you. So this will start to thin out right now. 50 minutes from Bellevue to Seattle. It's a half hour on I-90 where it's slow from the Mercer Tunnel to I-5. Seattle to Federal Way down a bit to 35 minutes. Search Seattle Sports on YouTube and click subscribe to get fresh video content daily. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
Thank you, Nate Connors. There's a bumper crop of bumper-to-bumpers there. The people there at Closets by Design know exactly what they're doing when they're going to be able to find more space for you. They're not going to add an addition to your house. They're not going to tell you to go rent a storage unit. They just have the uncanny ability that comes with 22 years of outstanding service of knowing exactly how they can find you more space. A lot of people say, we got to move out. We don't have enough room for all of our stuff. It's not really maybe a square footage problem. It's a storage problem. Think about the garage for a moment. Is it a mess? There's stuff on the ground, paint cans, projects that are half done. Do you have any shelving in there? Did you put it up yourself? Do you wish you didn't? You'd like to have Closets by Design come in. 22 years in the business, family run, sourcing most of the materials right here in the Pacific Northwest. And they, again, have the expertise to say, on that wall, if we built a cabinet like they did at the laundry room at the barn, and we'll make sure the wood matches the same wood on the floor, that's truly customized without the price. 40% off plus 15% off and 18 months, 0% financing on approved credit when paid in full. 1-800-BY-DESIGN. That's closetsbydesign.com.
Back on February 8th, the countdown started at 167 days.
3, 2, 1.
Right after the clock showed zeros.
The Seahawks win Super Bowl 60.
The champs are back on the field in just 3 days when Seahawks training camp begins.
We know that we're target number 1 now.
The home of the Super Bowl champs, KIRO Newsradio and MyNorthwest.com.
Everywhere you look, things are getting more expensive. But at Consumer Cellular, we're lowering the price for those 50 and up. Now you can get unlimited everything for just $35 a line. That's $35 a month for unlimited talk, text, and data. Switch to the carrier ranked #1 in network coverage and customer satisfaction and get unlimited everything for just $35 a month. Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit Consumer Cellular online or in-store today. Price includes $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. Taxes and fees apply. Data speeds reduced after 35 gigabytes. Rankings done by 2025 ACSI survey.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
ZipRecruiter. Here's the deal. The government is over $38 trillion in debt, which means the IRS isn't slowing down. And the tax code is complex and unforgiving. So it's not surprising if you're one of the millions of Americans that owe back taxes to the IRS. Unfortunately, they're the world's most powerful collection agency, with the ability to garnish your wages, seize your bank accounts, and even take your home or business. But don't be stressed or worried any longer. We're Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted tax resolution firm. We have resolved over $3 billion in tax debt for our clients. Our award-winning professionals deal with the IRS every single day, protecting our clients and preparing them for the best possible resolution. For tax help you need, for tax help you can trust, give Optima a call today.
Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Summer is the time to feel and look your best. But I'm not talking about your abs or tan. Guys, I'm talking about your hair. Restore that bald spot, reverse your receding hairline, or add volume to thinning during Advanced Hair's once yearly summer savings event. Advanced Hair's simple one-day treatment begins to regrow your very own hair the very next day, and they guarantee your new hair will grow. They are the team that addressed my hair loss, and I recommend them to everyone. Take advantage of your flexible summer calendar and get the most hair for your dollar. Advanced Hair's summer sales event is on for a limited time. So get the details and schedule your free consultation today. 425-449-8185. One-day treatment, life-changing results. With Advanced Hair, your new hair is guaranteed to grow. Check out the incredible before and afters and make the call now while their summer savings event is still on. That's 425-449-8185 or advancedhair.com.
Hey, when was the last time you inspected your crawl space or your attic? What's the last time you went in there just to see what kind of shape they're in? Oh, never? Yeah, same. I don't want to go in there. Most homeowners completely avoid those areas, but it is important to check on them regularly. It's why you call Crawl Pros. They'll come out and go where you don't want to. Hey, it's Mike Salk here. And yes, when Crawl Pros came out to my place, they realized we had a little problem with our insulation. So they've set about fixing it, and they did a great job. But if you've got the same problem, they'll also look to see what kind of energy rebates are available. Right now, local utility companies are incentivizing homeowners to make their home more energy efficient with proper insulation. And some homes qualify for several $1,000s in savings with these utility rebate programs. So don't just assume your crawl space and attic are in great condition. Do what I did. Call Crawl Pros today and schedule a free corner-to-corner inspection and find out if you've got water intrusion, mold, rodent issues, or even damaged insulation. Schedule your crawl space and attic inspection at crawlpros.com.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
It's 5:30. Good afternoon. I'm Tim Hall. Here's what's happening. Once it cools down tonight, the threat of lightning will ramp up, especially in the Cascades.
It's not good. The last thing we need is lightning. The worst is heat, but you don't. The second thing is like, okay, we're cooling off. Well, now the trade-off comes. Here comes some thunderstorms. So, it is very dry up there. Some of these thunderstorms may not have a whole lot of rain with them. They may be dry thunderstorms, so that's not good either. So we've got the lighting, we don't have the water to wet things down.
That's meteorologist Scott Sistek on Seattle's Morning News. More than a dozen large fires are burning across Washington. One person is dead and 3 others hurt after getting caught in a rockfall on Mount Rainier. According to multiple reports, it happened around 11,600 feet at the Disappointment Cleaver climbing route early Sunday morning. A total of 6 climbers in 2 separate groups were caught in that rockfall. 4 years ago, a Canadian man died while descending that same route, which is one of the most popular for guided climbs in North America, according to the Seattle Times. This year, 3 people have died on Mount Rainier. A fight over school lunch money is reshaping Seattle's $1.3 billion education levy. Earlier today, a city council committee voted to delay Mayor Katie Wilson's Universal School Meals program by a year, redirecting the money to grocery vouchers for low-income students on weekends and during school breaks. Council President Joy Hollingsworth says these vouchers will make a big difference for families.
They can purchase milk, a dozen eggs, a loaf of bread, fresh fruit, a bag of rice. They can survive, be able to try to keep surviving and fill that gap.
Mayor Wilson says she's disappointed in the delay, but says she is proud that the city has committed to universal school meals by 2027. The search continues for Brita, the 350-pound pig missing from her home on Vashon Island. Owner Julia Carlson tells the Jake and Spike Show here on KIRO News Radio, whoever took Brita most likely knew her.
It was either somebody who knew her well enough to be like, come on, Brita, come on, I have treats for you. Or it was a crew of a bunch of big dudes.
Carlson says there have been several unconfirmed sightings of Brita. The King County Sheriff's Office says the investigation involves an ongoing dispute between Carlson and a neighbor. A longtime Seattle Mariners fan was hoping to score an Andres Munoz bobblehead on Tuesday night. She got it, but she also got hit in the eye with a baseball. We pick up the action in the 8th inning. Julio Rodriguez at the plate.
Julio with a home run out toward the pen in left center field.
The ball smacked Nikki Jones in the face. The good news is nothing's broken. And even better news, Munoz, her favorite player, according to the Seattle Times, reached out to her on Instagram to make sure she's okay. She posted a screenshot of the exchange on X, as well as a picture of a baseball signed by Julio that says, "I'm sorry, get well soon." 5:33 now. Let's check with Nate with the real-time traffic desk.
All right, Tim, Wilcox Farms has our busy update. South 5 heading into Seattle. It is jam-packed from Northgate to I-90. 55-minute trip from Linwood into downtown. If you're thinking about heading over to 99, there it is bumper to bumper from the Aurora Bridge just past the stadiums. North 5 thick at the Michigan Curve, where we have the right lane blocked from a new stalled bus, and then this backup continues up to the Ship Canal Bridge. We're at a half hour to get through this backup. Westbound 520 is solid from bumper to bumper from 84th to I-5. Westbound 90 slows from the Mercer Tunnel to I-5. It's about 50 minutes from Bellevue to Seattle on 520, closer to a half hour on westbound 90. Bellevue to Renton, 35 minutes. Hefty backup from 520 to Northeast 44th near the VMAC in Renton. And Renton to Puyallup on the Valley Freeway, a 45-minute commute with off and on backups from north to south. For a convenient, healthy snack on the go, look for ready-to-eat Wilcox hard-boiled eggs. Find Wilcox eggs at Costco, Metro Market, Safeway, and other local grocers. KIRO News Radio real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
Your evening forecast, partly cloudy and warm, down to 65 overnight. Tomorrow, sun and clouds mixed with a chance of thunderstorms and a high of 80, much cooler. Mostly sunny and 84 on Friday. The weekend looks more like normal. Mix of clouds and sun with highs in the mid-70s. It's 89 right now. I'm Tim Hole, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
Well, that was good, Katie Wilson. See, there's someone making a good decision. They have a deficit. They got a problem. They don't have the money. So then they were going to take this money to give every single kid food, feed everybody, because don't forget, food's a human right, like housing is a human right. They're going to take $7 million out of the budget. They realize that we don't have the money. We're going to get it from somewhere else. So they say, let's just feed poor kids that can't afford it.
Wow.
Shocking. But again, it's all part of a plan. Housing's a human right. Food is a human right. All of these things are human rights. So we'll take care of everybody. And then who needs private property when everything else is provided for you? I'm sorry, spin the wheel, Teeny, spin the wheel. She's pointing to her wrist like she's got somewhere to be. It lands on Nate, me, SRG. SRG. Check the file. Where's SRG? Oh. Speed reader guy.
Wow.
Oh.
You read all of them.
SRG guy, we didn't need you to read the whole book of recipes. We just needed a recipe. Oh, well, now we don't have a recipe.
Tell you something about today.
Ever since that Romanian doctor came on and said that Chimity was gay. It is. Now you're right. The John Curley Show. I don't even know what Muckleshoot Casino Resort text line wants to be associated with it. They're like, call the sales department. Get her name off the hotline. 1-888-973-5476. Spin the wheel one more time there, Teeny. We'll pick the next story. Lands on baseball player ball. What is that one, Joe? Oh, that's the guy at the Mariners game that got hit in the old thing. The
berries.
By the way, why don't they wear cups at these as a baseball player? I guess they don't.
I mean, I was trying to remember. It's been a while. I think maybe if you're batting,
What? You're sitting in the dugout putting your cup in?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if the batter wears a cup. I don't think so.
Obviously not. This poor guy. The hardest part was often when they're like, "Oh, got hit in the old, bread basket." It's a bread basket. I know. Sorry, keep my bread there. It's like, he's gonna feel that one. They don't know what to say.
Yes.
So he's standing at bat. Does he swing at it? Yeah, he swings and he fouls it off right into his old bread basket. So here are the poor. Is it Rick Riz or who's doing the announcing? Do we know?
No, this is an Oakland Athletics game.
Oh, okay. Oof.
That's a great job of staying on a breaking ball.
Kuroda Grauer swings on the first pitch and fouls it off of himself. He's still down. That might have caught him on the inner leg.
The inner leg. Okay, so we got they're zooming in on it. So we got inner leg first. So he's standing there. It turns on it, and bang! It comes right back and hits him in the inner leg. Then they got to do a little bit more there.
Okay. Maybe even higher.
Higher than the inner leg. Okay. All right. So we up near the belly button, above the belt, below the belt. Let's see where we are now. So we've gone from inner leg to a little higher. And then one guy realizes,
what do you see here?
What
do you see here, Dallas?
The guy's like, listen, they can't see me. I'm not going to say anything. This is all going to be you. You're going to be zeroing in. You're coming in.
Well.
Oh, they're showing the replay.
Yeah, that'll hurt.
Okay.
And he's still down.
Yeah, I don't know that that's much an ice pack can take care of.
Don't really know what the protocol for this would be.
Okay, now they just start to wildly speculate because they can't do anything until they get him off the field.
Catch your breath.
Catch your breath?
I mean, obviously in a lot of pain.
Obviously.
It's just a rarity you see a foul ball hit off of that place without a bounce off the ground.
You know, this is where you wish you had. Who's the guy that does the play-by-play or the color for the Phillies? John. He had the mullet. Yeah. John something or other. Holy moly, would he have a field day with this? Grupp? John? Come on, you know what I'm talking about, right?
I'm trying to pull up audio. I know we've played him before.
Yeah, hang on. Here, right. We'll just let these guys continue to make slight references.
Right now, I think KG just trying to catch his breath.
I don't think he's worried about breathing.
No, just walk it off. And there's just not much that can be done here.
He's still there, so they have to keep talking.
He's going to put the helmet on, grab the baseball bat, maybe a few dry swings.
He's back up.
And it looks like he will come up with no balls and one strike.
I thought he had a ruptured testicle.
He did, yes. He had to go get surgery.
Is this John? What is his name? Is it Krupp? What's the guy's name? Come on, Joe.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
This guy would have been great.
So I was wondering. I think of things when I have free time and I shouldn't.
Yep.
The person who invented the clock, John Curley.
Yeah. Which one? The digital or the hand?
The first clock.
This is in the middle of a professional baseball game.
Ever.
Okay.
How did that person know what time it was?
That's a really good question.
I thought so.
Bouncer back toward the middle. Gobbled up by Young. One hopper. The ball is safe. You know, there is that sundial they might have used.
Is that accurate, though?
No, this is as accurate as it can be. So when you were contemplating the clock thing, did you come up with any answers yourself?
No. I thought I'd ask you.
I would think sundial.
Okay.
Back toward the middle, off the mound, another base hit for Marsh. It's his second of the night. Bohm heads over to third. It'll be first and third with two men down.
Yeah, he is. If you ever get a chance, just watch him. He was hilarious on the David Letterman show. He used to get on Letterman all the time. Yeah, and the Phillies sucked, and he was the only one doing well. And Philadelphia loves him. Again, just sits there, just whatever. It's like Harry Karras from Chicago. Yeah. If you were a hot dog, would you eat yourself? I mean, just stupid stuff, just filling in. Yeah.
You ever been on the Letterman show?
No, have you?
Yep.
Oh, walked right into that one, didn't I?
Yeah, you did.
Hi, outside ball 2. Joe bragging about being on the Letterman show. Story you've all heard before. Wish I had a bat I could hit him in the testicles with. There's the set. And the pitch to Nate. Nate, it's got traffic.
Yes, sir. All right, South 5. We're jammed up from Northgate to I-90. This hasn't budged for a couple hours. About 50 minutes from Linwood in the downtown. Southbound 99, an option for you, but it is packed from the Aurora Bridge down to the stadiums. North 5 at Albro Place. We've got a stalled bus blocking your right lane, and you're going to jam up there, and the backup doesn't let up till you get across the Ship Canal Bridge. About a half hour to get through this backup. Now, crossing the lake into Seattle, we're at 45 minutes on 520, where it's bumper to bumper from 84th to I-5, closer to a half hour on I-90, where you're slow from the Mercer Tunnel to I-5. Close to the speed limit here, though. Bellevue to Renton, 35 minutes. Renton to Puyallup, 45. Seattle to Federal Way. Let's see. The update has us down to a half hour here. This report brought to you by Seattle Sports. You can always listen to your favorite local sports content on the FM dial on 97.3 HD2. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
All right, another hot one for all of us. How's that AC doing? If it bombs out, just stops working, don't panic. Probably, in most cases, unless the thing's really old, it's just going to be a minor repair. So you want to make sure you trust the technicians that are coming into your house, because they're like, well, it looks like you're holding a whole new unit. You're like, well, you don't know. But that's why you want to get Home Comfort Alliance. Check out their Google reviews. People love working with them. They've been in the business for almost 50 years. They know exactly what they're doing. So if it's a small part needs to be replaced, they'll do that for you. If the thing has kicked the bucket, well, then you want to get yourself a heat pump. It keeps you cool in the summer, warm in the winter. It's all there in one system. Here's another great thing about Home Comfort Alliance. They've got real pricing that can be done in 60 seconds. There's no pressure. There's no guesswork on this. Just honest answers for the people that have been doing this business, again, for a half a century. That's Home Comfort Alliance. I did it on my phone. It's really fast. Just plug it in there. A little app shows you exactly what could possibly be wrong and what the price would be. Home Comfort Alliance, when it comes to heating, cooling, plumbing, and electrical needs, it's the comfort people at homecomfortalliance.com.
KIRO News Radio, where you hear Jake and Spike. Weekdays noon to 3.
Well, this weekend, Jimothy ran in the salmon run, and and I wish Mariner Marketing had taken just a couple more minutes or hours.
For what?
Give us a better Jimothy.
The Jimothy costume is not perfect.
It was lacking.
What would you have them do?
I have them build a real costume.
Yeah, it didn't look great.
It didn't look great. It was a guy in a mask.
Watch live or later. Subscribe to the Jake and Spike YouTube channel.
Inflation's up, insurance rates are up, so here's my question for you. Why are so many people still paying more than they have to?
Exactly. I took the First Mark Challenge, and it saved me thousands. Brock did it too.
Sure did. They compared my insurance with dozens of top-rated companies, found me better coverage, and I saved thousands. And the best part? It didn't cost me a penny.
That's what I love. First Mark works for you, not just one insurance company. They shop the big carriers to see if they can find you a better value.
And if they can, great. If they can't, you're out exactly nothing. No cost, no obligation. So honestly, why wouldn't you find out?
Plus, First Mark has world-class customer service. When you need help, you pick up the phone, you're talking to local, real people who actually know you, know your policy, not an 800 number halfway across the country.
More than 11,000 clients have already taken the First Mark Challenge.
You could be the next.
Before you renew, let First Mark review.
Go to firstmarkinsurance.com. Take the First Mark Challenge today. You could be saving money with better coverage starting tomorrow.
firstmarkinsurance.com.
Hey, when was the last time you inspected your crawl space or your attic? What's the last time you went in there just to see what kind of shape they're in? Oh, never? Yeah, same. I don't want to go in there. Most homeowners completely avoid those areas, but it is important to check on them regularly. It's why you call Crawl Pros. They'll come out and go where you don't want to. Hey, it's Mike Salk here. And yes, when Crawl Pros came out to my place, they realized we had a little problem with our insulation. So they've set about fixing it, and they did a great job. But if you've got the same problem, they'll also look to see what kind of energy rebates are available. Right now, local utility companies are incentivizing homeowners to make their home more energy efficient with proper insulation. And some homes qualify for several $1,000s in savings with these utility rebate programs. So don't just assume your crawl space and attic are in great condition. Do what I did. Call Crawl Pros today and schedule a free corner-to-corner inspection and find out if you've got water intrusion, mold, rodent issues, or even damaged insulation. Schedule your crawl space and attic inspection at crawlpros.com.
Hartley Wilcox here. I'm sure you've heard the saying, you are what you eat.
And everyone knows eggs are an incredible source of natural protein and omega-3. But have you ever stopped to think about what the hens eat to make the eggs great tasting and even healthier to eat? At Wilcox Farms, we believe in nature-first nutrition. Our hens enjoy pasture access and a diet of organic grains and flaxseed. That means vibrant golden yolks, richer flavor, and higher omega-3s for you and your family. When you choose Wilcox, you're not just buying eggs, you're investing in real nutrition and real value. Because healthy hens make healthy eggs, and healthy eggs make healthy, happy families. So next time you're at the store, look for Wilcox Family Farms eggs. Taste the difference that starts with what our hens eat. Learn more at wilcoxfarms.com. Wilcox Farms, where better eggs begin with better care. Wilcox Family Farms eggs, locally fresh since 1909.
Welcome to this week's Puget Sound Express Whale Report. According to naturalists from Puget Sound Express, humpback whales stole the show this week. On one unforgettable evening, more than 20 humpbacks were spotted spouting across the Strait of Juan de Fuca, capped by an incredible double breach. Later in the week, fan favorites Stitch and Trident circled nearby for a full hour, treating passengers to the look of a lifetime, while Hemlock breached and slapped her long white flippers again and again. Family-run Puget Sound Express offers half-day and full-day guaranteed whale-watching tours departing from Edmonds, Seattle's most popular and well-reviewed whale tours. Morning departures often sell out, so be sure to check out their afternoon departures as well. Orcas, humpbacks, gray whales, minke whales, and so much more. Don't miss out on your chance to see whales in the wild. Family-run Puget Sound Express guarantees you'll see whales or your next trip is absolutely free. Book online at PugetSoundExpress.com.
Rev up for the biggest weekend of the summer. LeMay, America's Car Museum, presents Super Summer Weekend, and it's mostly free. Tons of events highlighted by this Friday night. Disney and Pixar's Cars Under the Stars drive-in movie. Then Saturday, Carson Coffee Show with Family Steam Day, featuring Super Highway 71's incredible custom-built car tracks, live demos, and hands-on fun for all ages. Don't miss it. One epic weekend. Visit americascarmuseum.org.
Our local tax expert and advocate Greg Nunn understands the pressure that comes from owing money to the IRS. Don't let that pressure build. Call None Better Tax Resolution. From stress to success with IRS Solutions. Google NUNN. None Better Tax Resolution.
The John Curley Show mailbag is brought to you by Advanced Hair Restoration.
Waiting now. Rival Joe and the letters that Teeny has received from Muckleshoot Casino Resort text line. Then she reviews each one of them. Sometimes she reads them all. And then Teeny will read them.
I'm the mailman.
We're getting a lot of miles out of the Indian speed reader guy. Oh, that's it. We get a letter of the day first. Take care of all the rest. Joe.
425 says, hey, guys, what the heck happened to Aaron?
Aaron's on vacation with
right.
family. You know, he left the kids, took his wife. They're on a cruise.
They did.
That's
yes.
right. Doug in Mount Vernon says, time to stop the mime crime.
Agreed.
True.
V in Seattle says, inquiring minds want to know if cooking oil was a part of John Curley's mime routine.
But it was not real. It was an imaginary bottle of cooking oil.
Ah, nice.
I am a true mime. Rihanna in Arlington says, isn't that what mimes do? Smile and stare at you a lot? Yes.
Agreed. Carla in the 425 says, you guys are on fire today. I am dying.
Thank you, Carla. We hope you feel better. Joel in Snohomish says, please keep beating this drum. Thank you, John. You're making this as entertaining as Dory. I don't know which drum it was.
I think it was
We've got many drums.
the Gregoire drum.
Oh, Gregoire. Okay.
Summertime when the living is easy. For rats.
Stumpy in Olympia says, hey, John, show us how talented you really are and do tomorrow's show as a mime.
That's good. Yeah. Morgan Wallen incident. Stevie and Whidbey says, easy arrest, assault, indecent exposure, depositing an unwholesome product. Oh, look at Stevie being like Mr. Cop guy.
Yeah, this Josh in Auburn says, honestly, if it were me and my wife and I had a drink, I'd catch what I could in my drink, say to the guy, thanks for the refill, and toss it on him, adding, it's all good, bro.
That's good.
It would be worth the price of the drink to see that happen. But then again, I wouldn't be at a Morgan Wallen concert.
Curly, if you don't know if I would do okay,
go to 206 there.
Yes. And Curly, if he peed on your wife, what would you do?
Yeah.
I'm going to be honest with you. If he's really big, I just say, Nick, you handle it. If I felt I could take him, then I would like, hey, what are you doing there, Buster?
Wow.
But you're also assuming that's the first time that that's ever happened.
To them, to the victim? I see.
Wow, that's a tease.
On the Dr. Karen reveal, Ben from Mercer Island says, I think this Dr. What's-Her-Name is best suited for mattress sales. Oh, wait, it's Sherry? Well played, gentlemen.
Heidi in Everett says, I love Sherry so much. I thought it was awesome. Did she fall for it? Heidi fall for it?
Apparently
Most people.
Everybody
God
did.
loves Sherry and all her many. She goes, I don't have many voices, but she really nailed that one. Yeah.
Dwayne from QFC says, LMAO, my sides hurt. Pure genius, you guys, especially Sherry. Love, love, love it.
Here's the question. Would we have outed the whole thing?
Gotten caught if we didn't admit to it?
Yeah, like what's the worst thing that could have happened?
So you came out, you were writing your monologue, which we never got to.
No.
And you came out of the room, you're like, this is going to go viral. We got a problem.
Right, because then the news is going to be like, we're a news organization, fellas.
Well, somebody was going to reach it. If nobody ever knew it was fake, nothing would have happened. But if somebody had said, oh, wait a minute, I don't like what she said about this. I need this doctor's name. Like, we need, like, there was further investigation.
Then we would have been in trouble.
I'll be down there.
Yeah.
And we don't want to mess up the whole news side.
I think we probably would have gotten away with it. But,
oh, yeah, definitely.
But we had to.
But it would have gone super viral.
It kind of had that feeling.
And now
it is time for the winner of the day.
I don't know. Hee-haw Aaron here.
Oh, good.
He says, I'm sorry you guys got reprimanded for having fun.
Yeah.
But I'm sure I speak for most of us when I say we loved it. I will always be listening for the next epic Curly and Friends shenanigans. Also, I plan to get new eyes, hairs, teeth, hips, and longevity in the future, so it's all going to be worth it in the end. Hee-haw and carry on.
Thank you. Hee-haw Aaron. Thanks, everybody, as well.
That's all
right.
she wrote.
Having a good week with all of you. Thank you for your inspiration. Don't forget, you always get in touch with us on the Instagram page, which is the...
At John...
What is it? You don't even know it.
John Curley Show.
No, I don't know what's following us. Thanks, Joe. Here comes Nate checking traffic. Nathan.
Thanks, John. Lake Washington Windows and Doors has the update. South 5 into Seattle were jammed up from Northgate to I-90. Just hasn't budged in a couple hours. It's a 1-hour trip from Linwood. Got another backup just forming up there at State Route 104 on Mountain Lake Terrace, where obviously we have a new blocking problem. I'll have the story behind that for our next report coming up. Southbound 99 remains bumper to bumper from the Aurora Bridge down to the stadiums. North 5 is packed from Albro to the Ship Canal Bridge. That right lane is still blocked at Albro as our crews are dealing with this stalled bus. Half hour to get through downtown. Over to Bothell, South 405 at State Route 522. A crash blocks your left general purpose lane, and that backup is already into Alderwood. In fact, Linwood to Bellevue has jumped to 45 minutes, a 25-minute delay. And down in South Center and North 405, we're packed from South Center into the S-curves, where we have a new crash approaching the Maple Valley Highway. It's blocking three left lanes. Traffic getting by in that far right exit lane. Save big during July. Buy 3 windows or doors and get 1 free from Lake Washington Windows and Doors. Plus, make no payments for 12 months. Visit lakewashingtonwindows.com. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
All right, I'm talking with Phil Mitchell, who is a new buddy, and he's also an advertiser on the show. Phil, I'm really interested in people's stories. You have a pretty amazing background. You own Sunset Auto Family. You employ a lot of people. You do great business in the community, but you started at the bottom. Tell me a little bit about that.
Jake, I started in the car business as a lot attendant, basically washing cars with a hose and soap and water, and just happened to, be in the right position at the right time, started selling cars and did pretty good at that and became a sales manager. And I've had a lot of great mentors that have helped me and guided me. And so now it's my turn to be a mentor and try to do the same thing for somebody else.
That's fantastic. How many years have you been in this business now?
I've been in a long time, so I know every inch. I've done just about every job you can do in it. It's a family business. My son's in the business. He runs one of the stores.
Well, let me tell you what. I got 4 sons. One of them is looking for a job in about 4 years.
Bring him down, buddy.
I'm going to send him to the Sunset Auto Family.
I got a hose and bucket. Let's go.
I love it. Go see him at Sunset Kia in Auburn, Sunset Ford, and Sunset Chevrolet in Sumner. You just get more at Sunset, and people do like that.
The IRS finally caught up with Louie.
I hadn't paid my taxes in 8 years. I owed the IRS a lot of money.
Louie was in deep trouble.
control.
We're going to take your house, put a lien on your bank account, garnish your pay. They don't care. They're going to take your paycheck.
Louis found out about Optima Tax Relief, the leading tax resolution firm. A-plus rated by the Better Business Bureau, they've resolved over $3 billion for their clients.
Optima Tax, they help me. They calm me down. They make me feel comfortable, and I trust them.
Louis has a lot to be thankful for.
I don't owe the IRS anymore, and I'm able to live a comfortable life, a lot better life. It was because of Optima Tax.
For tax help you can trust, call Optima now for a free consultation. Take it from Louis.
If you owe the IRS, don't go it alone. Give Optima Tax a call. They can help you.
Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Testimonial from an actual client. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Did you know that nearly half the homes in Western Washington are not properly insulated or not insulated at all? That may be the reason why your home is way too hot in the summer and way too cold in the winter. It may also be the reason that your energy bills are sky high. Right now, Insulation Northwest is offering a free inspection of your home's insulation. This is a $199 value and it's absolutely free, no obligation. Just call today and Insulation Northwest will arrange a time that works with your schedule. We'll perform a thorough exam of your home's insulation and give you the advice you need to start saving thousands. Everyone who calls today will also receive a free infrared screening of your home using the latest technology. This will help reveal any hidden flaws in your home's protective energy blanket. What do you have to lose? It only takes about an hour and it's absolutely free. Call Insulation Northwest today, the real insulation company.
InsulationNorthwest.com.
Progressive presents The Museum of You.
We begin our tour with a unique piece, a relic from the early big screen television era. Remarkable. Next, we find a juicer, which historians believe has only ever been used once. And finally, compact discs from the emo era. A rare find indeed.
Some things should be history, but until then, you could protect what's important to you and save by bundling your auto insurance with a renter's policy from Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Tired of hearing scary radio ads about the IRS? Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000 or $500,000, we have a solution. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS with zero risk to you. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with a BBB. End your tax nightmare today by visiting TRA.com or call 800-583-6681. That's 800-583-6681.
Best Mortgage is proud